Marketing. It's 6 o'clock.
The Board of Peace. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, who was just born this morning in Davos, Switzerland.
This board has the chance to be one of the most consequential bodies ever created.
President Trump is the chairman of the board, initially set up to get the Gaza ceasefire to the next phase.
We're committed to ensuring Gaza is demilitarized, properly governed, and beautifully rebuilt.
But the president says the board plans to expand its scope, working with the UN, though he is critical it hasn't helped him stop wars.
We're going to have peace in the world, and boy, would that be a great legacy for all of us, everybody in this room.
President Trump speaking alongside the first leaders to sign the board's charter from countries including Argentina, Qatar and Indonesia. Russia says it might join too and is offering $1 billion towards rebuilding Gaza. But the Russian presence is putting off some potential allies, the UK saying it won't join as things stand.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. The president also said this morning,
And of course, we're working to end the horrible killing in Ukraine.
And before the president leaves the World Economic Forum today, he plans to meet with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, still trying to work out a peace deal with Russia. The day after the president backed off his threats to impose tariffs on European countries that oppose the U.S. taking control of Greenland away from NATO ally Denmark. He says they have a framework of a deal. NATO leader Mark Rutte tells Fox,
He's very much focused on what do we need to do to make sure that that huge Arctic region, where change is taking place at the moment, where the Chinese and Russians are more and more active, how we can protect it.
A former Uvalde, Texas police officer found not guilty of child endangerment and abandonment in the 2022 school shooting. It took law enforcement 77 minutes to stop the gunman who murdered 19 students and 2 teachers. The defense argued Adrian Gonzalez was unfairly blamed for all the failures, and he said after the acquittal,
"Thank you for the jury for considering all the evidence and making that verdict."
America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Winter Storm Watch starts at 6 p.m. Friday, runs through noon on Sunday, could get 3 to 8 inches of snow in the 4-state area. Cold weather advisory, midnight Friday night through noon on Saturday. Wind chills could be as low as 14 below. Heading for a high of 50 today. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 6:08. 28 in Neosho, 25 in Pittsburgh, 26 in Galena, 26 in Joplin, AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, and on your smart speaker, News Talk, KZRG. There's another measure for Joplin voters to decide on.
Something that got lost a bit in the 7-hour Joplin City Council meeting Tuesday night. The council did approve a motion to put on the April 7th ballot a continuation of a tax that'll fund police and fire pay. It was first approved back in 2019, and officials remind you it's not a new tax. You're voting to approve a continuation of it. That money's been supporting first responders the last 6 or 7 years now, and they say would be essential to keeping quality services in Joplin. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
The Neosho Police Department recently launched its new Home Reassurance Program, a free initiative designed to enhance resident safety by allowing homeowners to request periodic checks on their property during vacations or extended absences. Once enrolled, patrol officers conduct drive-by inspections of the home to deter potential burglars and provide peace of mind for those that are away. Neosho Police Chief Peter Russell told News Talk KZRG.
Every day, the officer will go out there. They'll have a checklist of homes that they got to go out there and see. They walk around, make the inspection, sign off on a checklist, and then it goes back up on the board so we can make sure it's being done.
A nearly 5-hour public hearing ended with the annexation approval on Tuesday night for a possible AI data center in Joplin. Congressman Eric Burleson tells News Talk KZRG in that there's a lot of disinformation about these centers.
When you look at the actual data and you talk to utility companies and you talk to data centers, you talk to people who study this topic that are economists, they will tell you that you absolutely want a data center in your community, and the reason is that they're paying for your entire infrastructure.
But many residents say they are concerned about rising electric bills, heavy usage of water, as well as noise and air pollution. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. It's 26. It's now going on 6:05. News Talk KZRG.
Cold temperatures are predicted this weekend, And while the cold weather is tough on people, it can be especially tough on our fuzzy buddies. Linda DeBerry of Best Friends Pets in Bentonville told News Talk KZRG.
But when we may have some ice as well, then we're going to have sidewalks in places that are covered with salt or some other kind of stuff to melt that ice, and that can be irritating to their paws. So if you see that and you're walking through it, then you want to wipe their feet off a little bit when you come in to make sure that that's not getting down in between their pads and causing irritation.
She also said antifreeze can even kill pets, and that you should clean up any spills to keep pets from drinking or licking it up.
Missouri's U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt says he supports President Trump's efforts to annex Greenland.
If you look at a globe, you can understand the strategic importance of Greenland. Not to mention the Arctic sea lanes are going to be much more navigable in the next 30 years for our ballistic weapons systems and also for the rare earths that are there and our ability to refine them.
Schmidt says the U.S. will be successful despite a NATO military buildup around Greenland. Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk, KZRG.
In NBA action, the Thunder beat the Bucks 122-102. SGA had 40 points and 11 assists. In NCAA men's top 25 action, number 19 Kansas beat Colorado 75-69. In prep basketball, the Thomas Jefferson girls beat Northeast Vernon County 48-43 in the Tony Dubray Classic semifinals. Anna Hybrid had 17 points. In action tonight, the Joplin boys are taking on Webster Grove in the Bill Hanson Memorial. The Carthage boys are taking on East Central JV in the Catoosa Port City Classic. The Carl Junction boys are at Springfield Catholic. The Thomas Jefferson boys are taking on Northeast in the Tony Dubray Classic. The CJ girls are taking on Webster Groves in the Bill Hanson Memorial. The Carthage girls are taking on Tahlequah in the Catoosa Port City Classic, and the Webb City girls are hosting Forsyth. That's your Crossland Construction Sports Report. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG.
Your news, a service of Galena Liberty Pawn. Sell your unwanted gold and silver directly to the refiner for top dollar. Now they also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena Liberty Pawn, 708 South Main, Galena, Kansas. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 6:30. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Arctic air and heavy snow on the way. A winter storm watch Friday evening through noon Sunday. 3 to 8 inches of snow during that time. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Right now, a clean sweep on the KZRG.
Growing marketing agency in the 4 states. It just works. If you're ready to brand and grow your business, let Zimmer Marketing work for you. Find out how at zimmermarketing.com.
Right now, there's a clean sweep on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. It's 28 in Neosho, 25 in Pittsburgh, 26 in Galena, 26 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time 6:08.
Got a vision in your head? A Pinterest board full of sparkle? Or maybe just a wild idea sketched on a napkin? At Como Jewelry, we love that. Our custom design process lets you dream big and be part of the magic from start to finish. We'll help you create a piece that's 100% you. Come see us in Pittsburgh or at our brand new Joplin location at 3401 North Range Line. Como Jewelry, your jeweler for a lifetime, and your custom creation headquarters.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, Sarisa, the black turtleneck. You know what's funny is
a girl told him to wear it. A friend that's a girl.
Hey, Tyler, how you doing? Yeah, so I have an important meeting today for work that I was a little nervous about. So last night, I FaceTimed my friend who's a girl whose fashion advice I frequently take. And I said, hey, I got a big meeting tomorrow, meeting with these people. I want to look sharp, but I don't want to, I'm not going to wear a suit for this. That would be a little overdressed. And also, it's cold out. So I was like, I need you to help me pick out a good outfit. And so I FaceTimed her, and I showed her my selection of winter wears. And she goes, oh, turtleneck for sure. I go, really? She's like, yeah. And I was like, that's crazy, because we have a listener that's a girl that recommended a turtleneck this week. She's like, dude, turtlenecks. She's like, you look good in a turtleneck. I was like, all right. Now look, you know how to flatter me, so I'm going for it. So, yeah. Now, once she said it, I was like, all right, I guess I got to do turtleneck now. So there you go. Asking you shall receive, Sarisa. Black turtleneck in appearance. Which today is perfect, because today the high is what, 50?
Near 50.
Near 50, and this isn't like the warmest turtleneck. So if I wore it tomorrow, it would be a little too cold for it. So it's perfect today.
A spoon. Why is it always a spoon? Exactly what I said. I told them, put it down and slowly.
That's right. Friends don't let friends spoon their electrical panel.
And then customer number 3 says their generator only starts when her husband goes outside and performs what she calls the snowstorm shuffle.
If your generator requires interpretive dance to function, it's time to iPocket with iPoc Electric and Solar. We're ready to be your winter storm electrical team. Stay warm, stay safe with iPoc Electric. Start today at iPocElectric.com.
The latest is always heard on News Talk KZRG. Broadcasting from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio, this is News Talk KZRG. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning Newswatch on News Talk KZRG.
Ted Borges.
Steve Scott.
I was waiting for the little woo. I thought it happened sooner in the
I know,
song.
you got to give me 3 steps. That's the name of the song. Of course, you need that to kind of warm up, especially this weekend.
Oh, boy. What are we looking at this weekend?
Well, things have changed a little bit in the last 24 hours. First off, the timing of the winter storm watch has changed. Instead of starting at noon tomorrow, it starts at 6 p.m. tomorrow and goes until noon on Sunday, which originally was going until 6 on Sunday. Plus, they added a cold weather advisory that's in effect from midnight tomorrow night until noon on Saturday. Now, first off, on the winter storm watch, they've been making adjustments on how much snow. They're now saying 3 to 8 inches of snow in our general area as of this time. That could change again as we get new models and get the storm closer to the area. The cold weather advisory, we could have wind chills as low as 14 below zero happening. So that could be a bone-chilling thing, especially if it's slick outside and let's say you have a car problem and you're stuck out in that cold weather. That's not a very, very good thing to happen. Today's high is going to be near 50, and then tonight partly cloudy down to 20. Tomorrow, it's not really going to warm up. They've lowered the high for tomorrow. It's going to be holding steady around 22 for the high with mostly cloudy. Then snow tomorrow night, overnight low around 7. Wind chill values as low as 8 below. Winds are going to be out of the northeast, gusting tomorrow night as high as 25 miles per hour. They're now saying a 90% chance of precipitation on Friday night. On Saturday, 90% chance of precipitation. Snow, high of only 14 above. Oof. Northeast winds gusting as high as 23 miles per hour. Then on Saturday night, snow. 80% chance of that happening. Overnight low down to 5 above. Sunday mostly cloudy and cold with the high of only 16. Oh boy, the bottom's going to drop out Sunday night. The actual low, 6 below zero.
Whoa!
On Sunday night, Monday morning. That is going to be cold. 28 for the high on Monday, 13 for the low on Monday night, 37 above freezing on Tuesday, 19 on Tuesday night, and 35 on Wednesday. So we got a 6 below zero actual temperature. If we have any wind during that time, it's going to make it even colder.
No kidding. And by the way, I do need to issue a formal apology to the 4 states area. One of the reasons for this Arctic blast coming in and dropping our lows so low is I'm going to be out of town this weekend. So my hotness, which usually helps keep a solid balance within the area in terms of temps, it's going to be absent.
I thought you were...
And that's why it's going to be so cold.
I thought you were practicing the limbo with the limbo stick, saying, how low can you go? How
Yeah,
low
maybe.
can you go?
By the way, we're going to be issuing a little wager here in the future at some point. Between Steve and I, there's no doubt about it. And instead of McRibs, I'm going to make Steve, if he loses, do the limbo. And we're going to get it on video.
It's got to be after my broken wrist improves.
I've already made that decision many moons ago. And boy, is that going to be a funny videos to watch.
Oh, boy.
Hey, speaking of things to watch or to be part of, there are plans to make improvement to Route 96 corridor, and you are invited to this plan-making session with the movers and shakers of our area. You're one of them now. The route is just east of Carthage and goes towards Springfield before blending sort of into I-44. That's generally the area we're talking about, and they're looking at upgrading some of it.
Between Halltown and Carthage.
Right. Now, there's an in-person meeting being held tonight, or I should say this afternoon, from 4:30 to 6 in the afternoon. So it's about an hour and a half long. It's happening today at the Carthage Water and Electric Plant Community Room, 627 West Centennial Avenue. That's where that is. It's in Carthage. Now, the meeting, it's going to be a come-and-go style. So basically, you know, you don't need to get there right at 4:30. It's sort of like an open house sort of thing. You roll in whenever you can. They're going to have, like, diagrams out and the plans out and stuff. And they'll have representatives from the people that are, you know, drawing up these plans available for you to ask questions to. So you go in whenever you want. You can leave whenever you want. There is no official formal presentation or anything. It's not like it's like, oh, got to be there at 4:30 so they can dim the lights and the popcorn goes around and they do a whole little slideshow thing.
Popcorn goes around? Boy.
Yeah, you've never had a popcorn at the movies, Steve?
Well, I've had it at the movie, but not going around. It's one that I bought and had in front of me, and I ate it all.
Let me tell you something. When a stranger on the street offers you miscellaneous popcorn, you always take it. That's something I learned at a young age. I'm just kidding. That's terrible advice. Don't do that.
Yes, it's extremely terrible, especially in this day of age.
Yes, there's a lot of razor blades in popcorn these days, I hear.
Oh, yeah.
But in any case, the meeting, so yeah, it's come and go. And so you can talk to them. But basically, yeah, anytime between 4:30 and 6, pop on in. And there's also a virtual option, by the way, which you can check out. That's actually already live. That went live a couple of days ago, and it's live until January 29th. And so that's like a little virtual tour of what their plan is. So you can check that out as well. A little synopsis of what's going to be happening is beginning this summer, it is planned that contractors will begin making pavement, traffic flow, sidewalk improvements along Route 96, again, also known as Central Avenue in Carthage, just west of I-49, and it's going to be going to the Missouri Route 571, also known as Garrison Avenue for the locals.
Right.
So there you go.
Any words more roundabouts, our favorite pastime here in the 4 states?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what. If ever you get bored and there's a roundabout, just take that sucker for a spin.
And keep going for a spin over and over.
I do not believe it's illegal to just do donuts in those things.
I dare you to try it.
I've done it before. Many a times.
Maybe the Neosho police chief is listening. Didn't they get a new roundabout down there? You could try down there.
Maybe. Now, the project estimated has a total cost of about $15 million. Just BT dubs.
All right.
Hey, speaking of things going on in local roadways, here's another one for you. Weight limits have changed for a couple of bridges in Newton County. Now, this is important if you have a family of 12. That's a lot of weight. That adds up pretty quickly. You got one of those old cars like the wood paneling on the side from like
the
Christmas
old station wagon.
Yeah. If you got a station wagon.
You don't know what a station wagon is? Jeez, man, you're a young whippersnapper.
If you got a station wagon absolutely packed to the gill with the kids, grandkids, cousins, nieces, nephews, this could be important to you because some bridge weight limits have changed. Signs indicating a weight limit now of 15 tons for single-unit vehicles and 25 tons for combination vehicles, including tractor-trailers, have been installed for the bridge on Newton County Route HH over Dry Branch east of Neosho.
I can't believe that bridge is that old. It was built in 1938, and it's rated now as poor.
Yeah, that's the reason for the weight change, or the weight limit change, is because it's not doing very well.
Oh, boy.
They go, we need to lower how much weight this bridge can handle. So it's now 15 tons for a single vehicle. So that's what's going on. Now, the new weight limit will be in place until the bridge is replaced, which as of, January 22nd, 2026 at 6:20 in the morning, there is no timeline for when that bridge will be replaced. I don't even think they've been discussing it yet.
We'll have to check with the governor, see if it's on a list of bridges to be replaced.
I'll shoot him a Truth Social.
Sure you can.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll read it.
Definitely. Now, about 835 vehicles travel across that bridge every single day. That's pretty good play for a bridge.
It is. It actually is.
Yeah. Now, there's also new weight limits in Barton County on Route T over the fork of Pettis Creek east of Lamar. Now, that bridge is now posted for a maximum of 15 tons for a single unit vehicle, much like the one in Newton County, and 25 tons for a combination vehicle. Previously, it was 20 tons as a max, but we're dropping it down to 15 now. Again, because that bridge is in poor condition, too.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to watch what I eat tonight at the family game night that you're not going to be at.
Yeah, we're going to rub it in. So anyway, all the details on both these little bouts of road work and road changes can be found at newstalkkzrg.com.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
NATO Secretary General Rutte says that they had a very good sit-down with President Trump regarding Greenland. Rutte said that he walked away from the conversation confident the U.S. will not invade Greenland.
Number 2.
In the trial of a former Uvalde school police officer charged with 29 counts of child abandonment or endangerment tied to the Robb Elementary shooting, the officer was found not guilty. The former Uvalde school's police chief is facing similar charges. His trial date has not yet been set.
Number 1.
Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt called for the U.S. to get serious about exportation for the Manchurian generation. Manchurian. Did I get it?
Nailed it.
Manchurian generation. There is concern of birth tourism, where more than 1 million kids are born on American soil but raised in China, who will become eligible to vote in U.S. elections by 2030.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What is your best winter weather preparedness advice? We're going to be getting that cold snap coming in pretty soon. We need to be prepared. What is your winter weather preparedness advice? We want to know. Coming up, what's going on with your money on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Our first significant snow on the way, starting Friday night into Saturday. Perhaps even into Sunday. Today, sunny and near 50. Tomorrow, cloudy, breezy, 22. The snow starts Friday night and continues into Saturday
that's Steve's
night.
job.
As much as 3 to 8 inches
Steve's
of
job is
snowfall
Teddy's
possible. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
If you're looking to build your barn-dominium, house, or your we need to talk. It's very important to us at Settler Structures that you are informed, educated, and avoid mistakes. That's why we take the time to understand you, your wants and needs, and can design the perfect custom space you deserve. We'd love to be your building partner, but even if you have a builder, let's visit just to make sure you're started on the right path. Learn more at settlerstructures.com. 417-SETTLER.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Morris from the Joplin Expo. The Joplin Home Show is back for a 2-day event. Join us February 7th and 8th at the new Joplin Expo. Enjoy free entry, plenty of free parking, and a free swag bag at the door, plus giveaways from our vendors. Homeowners can browse over 40,000 square feet of displays and demonstrations to find ideas, inspiration, and solutions for every room in the house. You'll meet local and regional contractors, builders, and home entertainment specialists face-to-face. You can ask questions and book projects on the spot. Plus, explore new categories like home audio, smart home technology, outdoor living, and even motorsports to complement your lifestyle. This is a fresh take on the classic Joplin Home Show you remember. Updated, expanded, and designed to become an annual staple as we grow. It all happens inside our brand new, centrally located Joplin Expo, the largest in the area. Vendor applications are now being accepted, so reserve your booth today at joplinexpo.com. Don't miss the inaugural Joplin Home Show, February 7th and 8th at the Joplin Expo.
Affordable, dependable, always unbeatable. Big John's.
Hi, hello, it's your house, and I want to talk about resolutions. I think it's great that you want to read more and spend more time outside, but I've got a resolution too. I want to lose all this junk. And I know, it'll take a while because the garage is full and the guest bedroom is an extra storage room, but Big John's roll-off service can help.
I'm the Big John, and this is my wife, Claire.
Are you starting a New Year's resolution this year?
Then you're going to need two things, patience and a roll-off.
We can't help with the patience part, but at Big John's, we can provide the right size roll-off for all your cleanup or renovation needs.
So text us today at 417-540-0663 or go to BigJohnsRolloff.com and get your flat rate upfront price today.
When you've got big waste, you need Big John's.
Big John's.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Nemacolin Resort in Pennsylvania has confirmed it laid off an undisclosed number of employees. A statement from the resort said the workforce reduction followed changes in available room inventory that have impacted guest volume and operational demand. Despite the job cuts, the Nemacolin website lists 38 open positions. Lawmakers have proposed a bill to curb chip exports as Trump backs NVIDIA sales to China. Lawmakers are split between security risks and the preservation of U.S. tech dominance. Chinese regulators are still blocking NVIDIA chips despite U.S. approval. Ubisoft shares plunged 33% this morning after announcing a major restructuring and canceling 6 games. The company said it expects to make an operating loss of nearly $1.2 billion in the financial year ending in 2026. The drop follows years of decline for the company, which makes the Assassin's Creed video games. Futures are moderately higher. Yesterday, the Dow Industrials gained 588, the NASDAQ up 270. That's Your Money Now.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Hey, join me, Sean Hannity, every weekday, 2 to 5. It's all happening right here on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Let the record show this is perfect intro music because I am, in fact, wearing a black turtleneck today.
And you were on Baker Street earlier this morning.
That is true. Unfortunately, I couldn't find nary a single loaf of fresh-made bread. Baker Street apparently is not where all the bakeries are located.
We found some, just not the brand that we wanted yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
But the milk was getting a little low as well. We've got a winter storm watch in effect from Friday night at 6 through Sunday at 12 noon. Periods of moderate to heavy snow are going to be possible. They're now saying total snow accumulations between 3 and 8 inches possible. The lower amounts are favored towards central Missouri at this time, so we're expecting probably closer to 8 inches in southwest Missouri. Portions of southeast Kansas and central and east central, south central and southwest and west central Missouri are involved in this winter storm watch. Snow is expected to start Friday evening and continue through Sunday morning. Travel could be very difficult. The hazardous conditions could impact the Friday evening commute, and also very cold temperatures in the single digits with wind chill values below 0 will be adding to the safety threat if vehicles become stranded. I will let you know we also have a cold weather advisory where the overnight low wind chills could be as low as 14 below 0. So keep that in mind, and keep it here on News Talk KZRG. KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith will be joining us live at 7:25, and we will get all the latest information from the National Weather Service and from her.
We're not messing around, nor is Terry Smith, nor, by the way, is the Zimmer Storm Center app. Totally free to download in the App Store. Gives you access to a live-time radar system and custom weather alerts. So if you're getting a little bit nervous about this incoming Arctic blast, you can get a weather alert for that. Just turn it on.
It's not even a blast from the past. It's actually going to be happening.
Well, technically, it's a blast from the future because it hasn't happened quite yet.
That's true.
Unless, of course, today is yesterday's tomorrow, in which case it's the present.
By the way, I saw a meme on Facebook that said if you've been telling people that something's not going to happen until hell freezes over, you better get ready to do what you're going to do this week.
By the way, I also found out that apparently all the pigs have engineered their own flight suits. So pretty soon pigs will be able to fly too.
Oh, wow.
Along with hell freezing over. Coming up after the news, speaking of being able to fly, drone tests happening locally. The flying drones, not the droids from Star Wars, but the ones that fly. That's coming up next. We have all the details on News Talk KZRG.
At 6:30, I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG. Mideast Peace Board signing.
As Ukraine's day one arrived.
Greenland deal in the works. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Winter storm watch in effect from 6 o'clock Friday night through noon on Sunday. Cold weather advisory midnight Friday night through noon on Saturday. Heading for high today near 50. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 6:38. It's 28 in Neosho, 27 in Pittsburgh, 25 now in Baxter Springs, 25 in Joplin, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker News Talk KZRG. President Trump is holding a signing ceremony for his proposed Board of Peace in Davos, Switzerland today. Trey Yinks has more.
Already nearly 20 countries have agreed to participate for 3 years. Now, if they decide to extend, they can pledge $1 billion each toward this initiative. The countries can then become permanent members, according to a draft of the charter. Some of the participants, like the UAE, Bahrain, and Morocco, have already normalized ties with Israel through the Abraham Accords, making them obvious choices. Others, like Pakistan and Belarus, are new to the arena. After ending the war in Gaza by reaching a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, the president is now looking at stabilizing the region and even indicated that the board could have responsibilities well beyond Gaza.
There's just one more thing to be solved before peace is achieved in Ukraine, according to President Trump's special envoy.
Steve Witkoff heads to Moscow today after hailing progress in peace talks. He's described the issue of territory as the 800-pound elephant in the room.
I think we've got it down to one issue, and we have discussed iterations of that issue, and that means it's solvable.
President Trump's special envoy speaking at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. The United States has held talks with Russia and separately with Kyiv and European leaders on various different drafts of a plan for ending the war in Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, meanwhile, is on his way to Switzerland for talks with President Trump. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
A potential deal emerging to de-escalate tensions between the U.S. and NATO allies over Greenland.
President Trump is backing off tariff threats, announcing instead a framework for a future deal over Greenland.
Gets everything we wanted, including especially real national security.
On the margins of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, President Trump sat down with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte about a U.S. takeover of the Danish territory in the Arctic.
You know, when I see what's happening with Greenland, I wonder, because I want Greenland for security. I don't want it for anything else.
The president says Denmark is unable to defend Greenland and question NATO's commitment to Arctic security. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
25 at 6:33 News Talk KZRG.
In Jefferson City, an effort is underway to improve pharmacies in the Show Me State.
On Wednesday, Missouri State Senator Jill Carter of Granby introduced a bill designed to protect both patients and pharmacies by promoting fairness, transparency, and choice in Missouri's healthcare system. Senate Bill 984 strengthens protections for pharmacies and patients. The bill requires 14 days notice for audits, limits reviews to 25 prescriptions, allows pharmacies 30 days to correct errors, and bans audits during the first 5 business days of every month. You can read more about it online at newstalkkzrg.com. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
If you haven't heard, cold temperatures are predicted this weekend. The cold weather, it's tough on people, but it's especially tough on cats and dogs. That's up to you to keep our pets safe. Linda DeBerry of Best Friends Pets in Bentonville told News Talk KZRG.
They're the greatest danger to our cats that are outdoors because when it gets cold, they're going to find out that they're going to go to any warm place. And, of course, your engine is nice and warm when you've pulled up in your driveway and parked, and they're likely to crawl up in there and curl up and sleep. So if you've got community cats in the neighborhood, be sure to bang on your hood of your car or look under the car, honk the horn, something to scare those cats out of there so that they don't get hurt.
She says that pets can freeze just like people can. She says the best bet is to let your pets stay inside your home or garage when it gets really cold. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. 25. It's now 6:35. News Talk KZRG.
Missouri's U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt says he supports President Trump's efforts to annex Greenland.
What I'm talking about is acquiring Greenland. And this is nothing new. Harry Truman wanted to do this. It's been talked about for the last 150 years in our nation's history. Territorial expansion is sort of part of what we did. We're sitting here in Jefferson City, a town dedicated to Thomas Jefferson and the westward expansion.
Schmidt says NATO needs to get serious on the national security threat that exists if the U.S. does not acquire Greenland.
Well, I didn't see this on my 2026 bingo card, but meteorologists are warning of exploding trees during the upcoming cold snap forecast for much of the nation.
The meteorologists say this is actually possible in sub-zero weather expected in the Midwest and Northern Plains. Trees could actually split and burst. This as a bitter Arctic blast moves its way south from Canada. Sap in trees contain water. Scientists say, think of what happens to a pipe when the water inside it freezes and how it could burst. And that's exactly what happens with the trees. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In NBA action, the Thunder beat the Bucks 122-102. SGA had 40 points and 11 assists. In NCAA men's top 25 action, number 19 Kansas beat Colorado 75-69. In prep basketball, the Thomas Jefferson girls beat Northeast Vernon County 48-43 in the Tony DuBray Classic semifinals. Anna Hybrid had 17 points. In action tonight, the Joplin boys are taking on Webster Grove at the Bill Hanson Memorial. The Carthage boys are taking on East Central JV in the Catoosa Port City Classic. The Carl Junction boys are at Springfield Catholic. The Thomas Jefferson boys are taking on Northeast in the Tony DuBray Classic. The CJ girls are taking on Webster Groves in the Bill Hanson Memorial. The Carthage girls are taking on Tahlequah in the Catoosa Port City Classic, and the Webb City girls are hosting Forsyth. That's your Crossland Construction Sports Report. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG.
Your news is service of Galena Liberty Pond. Sell your unwanted gold and silver directly to the refiner for top dollar. They also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena Liberty Pond, 708 South Main in Galena, Kansas. I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Next news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Our first significant snow on the way, starting Friday night into Saturday night, and perhaps even into Sunday. Today, sunny and near 50. Tomorrow, cloudy, breezy, 22. The snow starts Friday night and continues into Saturday night. As much as 3 to 8 inches of snowfall possible. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. It's 28 in Neosho, 27 in Pittsburgh. It's 25 in Carl Junction, 25 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time now, 6:39.
Did Santa let you down this year? Hi, I'm Brooke with Flames in Joplin, and let me guess. You thought the brand new low-pi fireplace on your Christmas list was in the bag, but all you got was coal. No problem. We here at Flames understand the assignment. Let's call it your New Year's fireplace resolution. Now let's get down to the specifics. Are you looking for a wood or pellet burning stove or insert by Low-Pi? Yep, we got them. Proudly built in the USA and designed to deliver efficient and reliable heat. And don't forget about easy-to-operate, beautiful, and efficient gas fireplaces, stoves, and inserts by Lopi. We've got those too. So warm and cozy, you won't ever want to leave the house. With so many options to choose from, you really need to stop by Flames and take a look. Our NFI certified installers are waiting to check that New Year's fireplace resolution off your list, so stop by today.
Hi, I'm Shane.
And I'm Brooke.
And we've been playing with fire since 1995.
Stop by Flames at 4601 South Range Line, half-mile south of I-44.
Step into the new year with a brighter, more confident smile at Modern Dentistry and Cosmetics in Joplin. Family gatherings, photos, and parties are the perfect time to love your smile again with whitening, veneers, or Invisalign. From subtle touch-ups to full smile makeovers, Dr. Hamby and the team create healthy, radiant results that look natural and feel like you. Embrace the new year with a brighter, more confident smile. Visit mdco.dental to book your appointment today. Modern Dentistry and Cosmetics, where cosmetic dentistry meets radiance.
The fever hits. You panic. You check the clock. It's late. The ER means hours of waiting. But AFC Urgent Care Joplin means help. Walk right in. No appointment. No stress. No waiting rooms packed with worry. No endless forms to fill out. Because when your family needs help right now, and you know they deserve care that can't wait, AFC Urgent Care is already ready. Just behind Starbucks at 4th and Range Line in Joplin. AFC Urgent Care. The right care, right now.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit goodrx.com to save today.
The new year means new resolutions, not just for your body, but for your finances as well. Did you know that financial health is directly related to your identity protection? This is why you need LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back. Resolve to make your identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with a promo code BECK. Terms apply.
Home is where the heart is, and the Independent Living Center is here to help you stay there. The Independent Living Center's agency-directed services offer compassionate support for those individuals who require assistance in their homes, empowering them to live comfortably and confidently. This assistance can include housekeeping, meal preparation, shopping, respite care, and authorized nurse visits. The Independent Living Center offers different levels of care to suit the needs of each individual they serve, treating your loved ones and their homes as if they were their own. Medicaid, veterans benefits, and private pay are all accepted.
Hi, I'm Toby Davis with the Independent Living Center. Our mission is to help individuals with disabilities maintain their independence while staying in the comfort of their own homes. Our professional home attendants are committed to providing whatever level of care necessary to accomplish this vision. For details on the many services we're able to provide and how we can help you or a loved one, please visit ilcenter.org.
This is Buck Sexton. Join me and Clay Travis every weekday from 11 till 2 right here on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Well, we've got a winter storm watch in effect from 6 o'clock tomorrow night until 12 noon on Sunday. In southwest Missouri, they're calling for a possibility of 3 to 8 inches of snow possible. In northeast Oklahoma, they're calling for 5 to 10 inches of snow possible. And then we've also got a cold weather advisory where wind chills could reach as low as 14 below zero. That is from midnight on Saturday night, Friday night, Saturday morning until noon on Saturday. Today, though, enjoy the last day of nice warm weather per se. Sunny with a high near 50. Tonight, partly cloudy down to around 20. Tomorrow, not much warmer, mostly cloudy. Temperatures holding steady with a high of only about 22. Wind chill values could be as low as 4 tomorrow. And winds are going to be out of the northeast, gusting as high as 31 miles per hour as that cold front comes slamming through our area. Snow tomorrow night. Overnight low down to 7. 90% chance of that happening. Saturday, 90% chance of snow with a high near 14. And then northeast winds gusting as high as 23 miles per hour on Saturday. Saturday night, 80% chance of snow, overnight low down to around 5 above, and then mostly cloudy and cold on Sunday with a high near 16. The overnight low on Sunday night, this is the actual temperature. They're expecting 6 below zero. Brr, that's going to be cold. We'll be checking with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith at about 7:25 this morning.
Yeah, layer up. Might be helpful. KZRG News Time, 6:45. Well, today, from 8:30 in the morning to 9:30 in the morning, drone test flights and sort of a meet and greet type thing with flight engineers is happening at the Fred G. Hughes Stadium football field. On the north end, that access to the field via the Ron Richards Athletic Building is taking place. It's happening today. Now, this, of course, is on the campus of MSSU in Joplin. But this is basically, they're going to be doing some drone test flight stuff there for medical purposes, believe it or not, which is pretty crazy. And then tomorrow, from 8:30 in the morning to 11 in the morning, there's a special event. The Joplin Rural Healthcare Drone Hub Overview and Flight Demonstration. Now,
that's a mouthful.
I know. Real simple. I of course know it as the JHGP. We all know it as that, of course.
Can you repeat that, please?
No. Now, a proposed new Joplin, Missouri healthcare drone hub is being made right now in collaboration with Joplin's health systems. And basically the idea of this drone hub is that these drones, hopefully, will help support rural healthcare and emergency responders and even assist with search and rescue operations. So here's my question. Is it a ridiculous idea to think in the future that instead of med flighting via helicopter someone to a hospital, putting them on a big old drone? Honestly.
That would be quite interesting. I'm still kind of curious as to how the drones will be lowering the cost of healthcare. That kind of strikes me as something that I'd have to look at.
Well, first off,
that's what they're saying.
Right. The company that's sort of behind this is a group called Valkyrie UAS Solutions, which is a healthcare transportation and logistics company. So they claim it's going to lower the cost of healthcare because they are a for-profit company.
Of course.
So, obviously they're going to be making it, try and make it look as good as possible so that way people buy into it. But I could kind of see it in the sense of, could we have like home delivery for meds via drones, sort of like Amazon drones?
That's something that I would agree with as possible for happening because that would work perfectly with telemedicine.
Telehealth, yeah.
Telehealth.
Or what about something like if you're using telehealth and you need blood work done, but for some reason you can't get in, maybe you're sickly, you're homebound.
Right.
What if you could draw your own blood and then put it in a vial and a drone takes it to the lab and brings the results back or something?
That is a possibility.
You ever try to draw your own blood there, Ted?
No, I haven't.
I do it every morning and every
afternoon. You draw
afternoon.
your own blood every morning?
Yeah, it's called a diabetes blood sugar check.
Oh, see?
Yeah, but you don't pull it into a needle out of your arm to send it to a lab.
I put it on.
You have to go to school to learn how to do that.
Oh, is that hard?
Yeah.
That's true.
To find a vein and everything, yeah. I don't think you're just going to pop one in and, drain a couple vials of blood.
Maybe 95-year-old Gam there will say, hey, grandson, punch me in the face so I can spit some blood into this vial.
Yeah.
Send it off to the lab.
I could see that. Yeah.
All right. Maybe not that.
Sorry to punch some holes in your theory.
No, I'm glad you are because I'm just trying to.
You're healthy. Yeah, no, we get it.
Yeah. Look, I'm healthy. The last time I got blood work done, I think was probably 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. We almost got you with a flu shot one time on here.
No,
that would have been fun.
I will absolutely faint. And it will be the second single most emasculating scene that anyone in the flu
Lucas and I would be ready to take over.
That is true.
That would be the only exception for me to step back into the sea would be watching you faint.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, what are your thoughts, just out of curiosity, if you had to use your imagination and combine drone technology and rural healthcare, Where do you think drone technology might help? I'm thinking giant drones carrying patients to the hospital instead of like an ambulance or something.
That's true, but they would still, I think, would have to have somebody there to help them get onto the bed, the place to lay down on the drone.
Maybe.
Also, it'd have to be big enough to have like heat. It'd almost be like a self-driving helicopter.
Yeah, be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of rural healthcare and medical situations, there was a crash on Route D, 4 miles north of Oronogo, which left a teen motorcycle rider from Carthage in serious condition. The Missouri State Highway Patrol says the accident happened on Tuesday at around 4 in the afternoon when a 16-year-old lost control of his northbound 2014 bike at a high speed and turned over. He was taken by ambulance to a Joplin hospital with serious injuries. I mean, can you imagine a 16-year-old getting this jacked up? That's really, really sad. I mean, this kid's life hasn't even started yet.
No, that's extremely sad.
So we don't know all the nature, all the grisly, gruesome details of the nature of the injury. But I'll tell you what, something that continues to defy logic to me is people that ride motorcycles. And I get there's some gearheads out there, and I'm sure you have your reasons, but it just seems so high risk and so low reward. I don't understand it personally.
Well, you get to feel the air in your face.
Yeah, that's the reward.
Yeah, again, low reward. I can feel the air in my face by, rolling the window down and sticking my head out of it.
Or having a wind advisory going.
Or just running really fast.
Yes.
So I just don't understand. But for you gearheads, what do you get out of it? What justifies that level of risk in your mind? I am legitimately curious. It's no judgment. I don't look down upon bike riders by any means. I just sincerely don't understand. I just can't comprehend. But it's really heartbreaking to see the 16-year-old get that jacked up. It's a shame. So, KZRG News Time 6:51.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
NATO Secretary General Rutte said that they had a very good sit-down with President Trump regarding Greenland. Rutte saying that he walked away from the conversation confident the U.S. will not invade Greenland.
Number 2.
In the trial of a former Uvalde school police officer charged with 29 counts of child abandonment or endangerment tied to the Robb Elementary shooting, the officer was found not guilty. The former Uvalde school's police chief now facing similar charges. His trial date has not yet been set.
Number 1.
Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt calling for the U.S. to get serious about exportation for the Manchurian generation. There is concern of birth tourism, where more than 1 million kids are born in America's soil or on American soil, but raised in China, and who will become eligible to vote in the U.S. elections by 2030.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What is your best winter weather preparedness advice? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. Winter weather rolling in pretty soon here. What's your best preparedness advice for people that might need to hear it? Coming up, Sean Hannity's Morning Minute. You can always tune in to Sean Hannity every single weekday starting at 2, which of course happens right after Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at 11. And Sean Hannity happens, of course, right before Mark Levin at 5 on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Our first significant snow on the way, starting Friday night into Saturday night, and perhaps even into Sunday. Today, sunny and near 50. Tomorrow, cloudy, breezy, 22. The snow starts Friday night and continues into Saturday night. As much as 3 to 8 inches of snowfall possible. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Good morning. What's going on, Jody?
It's not me.
We got the Queen's Wave.
That we've had some good times.
Doc is in.
A lot of parties. You stood up to my 3 boys.
It's very hard on all families.
It's time to move on. It's just.
Well, are you, Raymond, are you referring to the crash or are you referring to blood drawing?
That's what I thought. I think it's time to get
So he said the prophet Shmukas has spoken.
So he can help you
It's
get
true.
through this breakup. Hi, This
Can
is
you believe that I summoned 4 to 8 inches of snow this weekend?
You know you need to break up with the flooring in your home. We've got years of experience counseling families on how to pick out perfect quality replacement for you.
Yeah, we know who to blame.
Every step
The
of the way.
schmuckus.
Give your home that.
The sad thing is I don't even get anything out of it, like free car washes for a year. Or...
I really thought this would be harder.
Just needed the right advice. Tyler's Carpet in Neodyne.
I usually just wait till it rains.
Over 30 years. Remember,
For the car wash?
Yeah.
Keep the cheap in mind.
I just don't wash my car.
Not all automobiles are.
The only thing that every now and then I get my car washed exclusively to be able to use to clean the interior, to get the vacuum and stuff.
I actually just wait and pay to have it detailed.
Alright.
It's like $100. Clean out your car, clean the outside of your car and the inside of your car. Do it once every other year or so. But when you have kids and they just are disrespectful to all of your property at every chance possible.
You won't find pushy salesmen, but you will find neighbors that will give you accurate information and will help you find a mortgage.
That's the worst part about kids. They're just little disrespectful gremlins.
CBT locations or apply online in as little as 10 minutes at cbthomebank.com. Community Bank and Trust, where trust is so important.
3-year-old daughter, she had a popsicle or whatever, the plastic ones that you cut the top off of and push up from the bottom, like the freezer pops, and she put it down on the table, and I said, pick that up. I said, go throw it in the trash so it doesn't leak and drip everywhere. I go, hold it up. And she goes like this. I go, no, hold it up. And she goes, I go, turn it this way.
That's little kids for you.
Yeah.
On the streets anymore. But Satterley is still keeping area residents comfortable in their homes, and they're proud to continue that tradition as a premier Lennox dealer. It's the perfect pairing, Satterley and Lennox, two companies with a rich history of quality. If your heating and air system isn't keeping your home,
Hey, the answer to the trivia question is 2, not 10.
or the installation of a brand new system.
Our focus is your
They have it wrong on the trivia thing.
price.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's how many tentacles does a squid have?
If you would like to see how we give homeowners the best
You know the
quality
answer to that?
service and
You said
craftsmanship
2?
for a reasonable price,
Yeah, they have 10.
visit our website.
But I knew that was incorrect after I sent it to you because like that's not right because my fucking autistic son.
We're talking about.
Oh, I didn't know. I was like, but my son, who knows everything there is to know about zoo animals, knows that it's not 10.
How many? Isn't it 8?
8 arms, 2 tentacles.
Okay, that's such a technical.
It is, but that's good for a trivia question.
That is.
But that's how I knew right away.
627-0411.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
We don't get anything out of NATO. They are a paper tiger, but for the military might of the United States. And the president's right on every front of this. Europe has to be confronted because as a continent, they are deteriorating from within. I'm not even sure if it's even possible with the right leadership, if they can undo the damage of their socialist economies, their open borders policies, their adherence to the climate agenda cult, their lack of focus on national security and geopolitical safety and security for their country. I don't know if you can save it.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Hey, it's Sean Spicer. You have it all, the family, the house, the good job. But do you have life insurance? If you don't, call SelectQuote. They saved me $12,000 on amazing life insurance over the course of my policy. Their licensed agents shop the top providers to save customers thousands. Over 2 million people have trusted SelectQuote, and I'm one of them.
For over 40 years, SelectQuote has helped millions of customers save 50% or more on term life insurance compared to other life insurance carriers. Plus, with their same-day coverage, no medical exam is required, and you can be covered by the time you hang up the phone. Call SelectQuote today for your free quote in just minutes. Call 1-800-461-4545. That's 1-800-461-4545. Or visit SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-461-4545. SelectQuote.com.
Hey, it's Mark Levin with The Mark Levin Show. Be sure to tune in every weekday from 5 to 8 on FM 102.9, 105.9, and AM 1310. News Talk KZRG.
It's going to be cold. We've got a winter storm watch in effect tomorrow night, starting at 6, going until noon on Sunday. Cold weather advisory from midnight tomorrow night until noon on Saturday. Going to be cold and snowy. Could get up to 8 inches of snow in the Joplin area. We'll keep it here on News Talk KZRG. You keep it here, and we'll find out more information as it becomes available.
Coming up next in about 10 minutes here, just after the news, Greenland. Got some updates for you on News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
The four states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 7 o'clock.
He's not just president, he's also chairman of the board. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, the Board of Peace.
Very unique for the world. It's for the world. This isn't United States. This is for the world.
President Trump at the charter signing this morning in Davos, Switzerland, creating the Board of Peace, initially set up to move and implement peace in Gaza, rebuilding it after disarming Hamas.
And we can do other things. We can do numerous other things. Once this board is completely formed, we can do pretty much whatever we want to do. And we'll do it in conjunction with the United Nations.
Though he says the UN hasn't lived up to its potential. Some allies are not on the board amid concern it may try to undermine the UN. The president also, again, took credit for this.
We've settled 8 wars, and I believe another one's coming pretty soon. You know what that is?
Referring to Ukraine, and before leaving the World Economic Forum today, the president is now meeting with President Volodymyr Zelensky, while Special Envoy Steve Witkoff heads to Russia today for more peace talks there. As for Greenland, President Trump backed off his threat to impose tariffs on European countries opposing a U.S. takeover of Denmark's territory, Greenland. He calls it the national security need to deal with Russia and China threats.
The president says NATO Secretary General helped negotiate a framework for a future deal over Greenland and the Arctic Circle, de-escalating the situation further.
It gets us everything we needed to get.
The Danish foreign minister calls this a signal that they can now have talks with Trump's people.
Fox Business Network's Edward Lawrence in Davos. After weeks of angry anti-ICE protests in Minneapolis, Vice President Vance will visit today. Fox's Garrett Tenney's already there.
The White House says the vice president will be hosting a roundtable with local leaders, and the focus of that roundtable will be on restoring law and order in Minnesota. That's what the administration says it's been trying to do with more than 3,000 federal agents here who are facing stiff opposition and harassment from the community.
And there's new anti-ICE anger after a 5-year-old boy, 3 other students detained by immigration agents in Minnesota. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Winter storm watch in effect from 6 o'clock Friday through noon on Sunday. Cold weather advisory midnight tomorrow night through noon on Saturday. We're heading for a high near 50 today. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Following sports, that'll be at 7:08. 28 in Neosho, 25 in Pittsburgh. It's 25 in Diamond, 25 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. And on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. Another measure for Joplin voters to decide on.
Something that got lost a bit in the 7-hour Joplin City Council meeting Tuesday night. The council did approve a motion to put on the April 7th ballot a continuation of a tax that'll fund police and fire pay. It was first approved back in 2019, and officials remind you it's not a new tax. You're voting to approve a continuation of it. That money's been supporting first responders the last 6 or 7 years now, and they say would be essential to keeping quality services in Joplin. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
The Neosho Police Department recently launched its new Home Reassurance Program, a free initiative designed to enhance resident safety by allowing homeowners to request periodic checks on their property during vacations or extended absences. Once enrolled, patrol officers conduct drive-by inspections of the home to deter potential burglaries or provide peace of mind for those away. Police Chief Peter Russell said if Neosho resident is going to be away from home for an extended period of time,
they can come down to the police station and ask for their home to be extra patrolled. The police officer will go there. They will walk around the house, note anything that might be unusual, contact the homeowner if there is anything unusual so that we can get a jump on if there's a burglary that's committed or property damage or whatever the case is. Most importantly, it gives the homeowner peace of mind that the home's being looked after while they're gone.
A nearly 5-hour public hearing ended with the annexation approval on Tuesday night for a possible AI data center in Joplin. Congressman Eric Burleson tells News Talk KZRG that there's a lot of disinformation about these centers.
When you look at the actual data and you talk to utility companies and you talk to data centers, you talk to people who study this topic that are economists, they will tell you that you absolutely want a data center in your community, and the reason is that they're paying for your entire infrastructure.
But many residents say they are concerned about rising electric bills, heavy usage of water, as well as noise and air pollution. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, 25 at 705, News Talk KZRG.
Cold temps are predicted this weekend. Cold weather is tough on people, but it's especially tough on cats and dogs. Linda DeBerry of Best Friends Pets in Bentonville told News Talk KZRG.
But when we may have some ice as well, then we're going to have sidewalks in places that are covered with salt or some other kind of stuff to melt that ice, and that can be irritating to their paws. So if you see that and you're walking through it, then you want to wipe their feet off a little bit when you come in to make sure that that's not getting down in between their pads and causing irritation.
She says antifreeze can kill pets, and you should clean up any spills to keep pets away from drinking or licking.
Missouri's U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt says he supports President Trump's efforts to annex Greenland.
If you look at a globe, you can understand the strategic importance of Greenland. Not to mention the Arctic sea lanes are going to be much more navigable in the next 30 years for our ballistic weapons systems and also for the rare earths that are there and our ability to refine them.
Schmidt says the U.S. will be successful despite a NATO military buildup around Greenland. Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In NBA action, the Thunder beat the Bucks 122-102. SGA had 40 points and 11 assists. In NCAA men's top 25 action, number 19 Kansas beat Colorado 75-69. In prep basketball, the Thomas Jefferson girls beat Northeast Vernon County 48-43 in the Tony Dubray Classic semifinals. Anna Hybrid had 17 points. In action tonight, the Joplin boys are taking on Webster Grove in the Bill Hanson Memorial. The Carthage boys are taking on East Central JV in the Catoosa Port City Classic. The Carl Junction boys are at Springfield Catholic. The Thomas Jefferson boys are taking on Northeast in the Tony Dubray Classic. The CJ girls are taking on Webster Groves in the Bill Hanson Memorial. The Carthage girls are taking on Tahlequah in the Catoosa Port City Classic, and the Webb City girls are hosting Forsyth. That's your Crossland Construction Sports Report. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG.
Your news is service of Galena Liberty Pond. Sell your unwanted gold and silver directly to the refiner for top dollar. They also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena Liberty Pond, 708 South Main, Galena, Kansas. I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Next news at 7:30. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Arctic air and heavy snow on the way. A winter storm watch Friday evening through noon Sunday. 3 to 8 inches of snow during that time. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Know what makes Zimmer Marketing the fastest growing marketing agency in the 4 states? It just works. If you're ready to brand and grow your business, let Zimmer Marketing work for you. Find out how at zimmermarketing.com.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. It's 28 now in Neosho, 25 in Pittsburgh, 25 in Webb City. It's 25 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time now, 7:08.
Got a vision in your head? A Pinterest board full of sparkle? Or maybe just a wild idea sketched on a napkin? At Como Jewelry, we love that. Our custom design process lets you dream big and be part of the magic from start to finish. We'll help you create a piece that's 100% you. Come see us in Pittsburgh or at our brand new Joplin location at 3401 North Range Line. Como Jewelry, your jeweler for a lifetime, and your custom creation headquarters.
Relief Factor loves hearing from pain-free customers and hopes that you're going to be the next that writes in. Kim wrote in and said, before trying Relief Factor, Glenn, I struggled just to make it through my work days. I'd collapse on the couch at night, aching everywhere. Within a few weeks of starting Relief Factor, that daily pain began to fade. Now I'm keeping up at work. I still have energy left for my family. My life has changed. Kim's is the story of thousands of kitchens and office desks and factory floors. The story of parents having more love to give because they have strength to share it. Relief Factor doesn't just ease pain, it restores your evening, your laughter, and the simple joy of just being present. Relief Factor has given me a big part of my life back, whether in the cold and elevation of our ranch or walks along the beaches with my wife in Florida. Relief Factor is 100% drug-free and targets the inflammation that causes pain so you can move better and feel better and actually enjoy life again. Try their 3-week quick start, $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com, 1-800-4RELIEF, 1-800-4RELIEF, and see if you're not the next to get out of pain.
You're listening to News Talk KZRG 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. Live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. From Studio 1Z. With the latest news, commentary, and weather. It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
7:10. That's the KZRG News Time. Ted Pahorkes.
And Steve Scott.
Chris Plant joining us at 9. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at 11. Sean Hannity at 2 and Mark Levin at 5.
We have a cold weather advisory. Starts at midnight tomorrow night, goes until noon on Saturday. Wind chills could be as low as 14 below zero in the area with those wind chills. Also, winter storm watch starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, goes until noon on Sunday. Now, northeast Oklahoma, they're calling for up to 10 inches of snow. In southwest Missouri, up to 8 inches of snow during that winter storm watch. Enjoy today, though, because it's going to be the last day of nice warm weather for a few days. It's going to be sunny with the high near 50 today. Tonight, down to around 20 with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, it's going to be mostly cloudy. Temperatures not moving very much, holding steady around 22. Wind chills will be as low as 4. Winds out of the northeast gusting as high as 31 miles per hour. Friday night, 90% chance of snow. Overnight low around 7. Then on Saturday, 90% chance of snow. Winds out of the northeast gusting as high as 23 miles per hour. 14 for the overnight low. But those wind chills are going to be very, very cold. Saturday night, 80% chance of snow with the overnight low of 5 above. Sunday, mostly cloudy and cold, the high of only 16. Now, on Sunday night, it's going to be partly cloudy, temperatures plummeting. Actual temperature low, 6 below zero, only getting up to 28 on Monday with sunshine. Actually, it'll be 26 on Monday. Does not get above freezing again until at the earliest Tuesday. We'll be checking in with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith at about 7:25.
Boy, that Arctic blast is really going to be Arcticing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be about as cold as first meeting you when you came here.
It's going to be an Arctic bummer.
Boo! Oh. There it is. Look at that. We have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. We got a winner. Out of the ballpark, that one hit. Speaking of out of the ballpark, President Donald Trump yesterday did something totally out of the ballpark.
What did he do?
He made a massive announcement via Truth Social.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
He announced just yesterday that he will not be imposing tariffs on our European allies that were set to take effect February 1st, citing a, quote, framework of a future deal, end quote, with NATO involving Greenland and Arctic security. Now, on Truth Social, the president posted, quote, based upon a very productive meeting that I have had with the Secretary General of NATO, Mark Rutte, we have formed the framework of a future deal with respect to Greenland and, in fact, the entire Arctic region. We will, he then said, once it's finalized, quote, it will be a great one for the United States of America and all NATO nations, and that, that he will not be imposing tariffs that are scheduled to go into effect February 1st, end quote. It was a very long series of Truth Social posts, so I'm trying to parcel out the important stuff for you. But, so, hey, that's great.
Well, I'm glad to hear that he's finally reached a framework.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the Secretary General of NATO, Mark Rutte, here's what he had to say regarding that conversation with Trump, the very one that Trump was truthing about.
Yes, but what we basically discussed, how can we implement the president's vision on protecting, yes, Greenland, but of course it is not only Greenland, it is the whole Arctic. And as you know, there are 8 countries in the Arctic, Russia, which obviously is not in NATO, and 7 other countries, including the United States and Canada, but also 5 countries in Europe who are in that Arctic region. How can we collectively make sure that we defend that Arctic region? Therefore, implementing his vision of that necessity. And he's totally right there, because we know that the region is opening up more and more. The sea lanes are opening up more and more for the Russians and the Chinese and other adversaries to be active there, which is potentially a threat.
And so even the NATO Secretary General is like, look, Trump isn't wrong. Like, China and Russia are trying to be more active in NATO. Now, the Denmark prime minister said there's been no evidence of Chinese warships in the area yet, right?
Right.
Russia, on the other hand, there's been some evidence of activity of Russia in the area.
Of course.
Which is a threat to some degree for, I mean, I guess, why is Russia the big bad guy? Here's a dumb question for you.
Because Putin's their leader.
Okay. That's it?
No, it's because they've made threats, like, for instance, where they took on Ukraine, invaded Ukraine. That's a threat. So they've shown their aggression, and I don't think they would stop at just Ukraine.
Okay. So that's the concern. They might just continue to roll through.
That's the concern.
All right. Got it. I was always told Russia was the bad guy because they were the bad guy in the movies. So I didn't actually know the real reason.
Yeah, and they speak Russian.
But Ukraine is the reason. All right. Now, basically, this deal, this framework that is allegedly been made between Donald Trump and NATO, will be made public soon. Reportedly, we don't know the ins and outs. They haven't released too many details yet. KZRG News Time 7:15, by the way. But the NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, once again, he did provide a little insight as to some of the things going on with it. Take a listen to this.
Well, I think tonight was a good night, and we have a good agreement to really start working on these issues. And that means that we both agreed, when you look at NATO and what NATO collectively can do to make sure that the whole Arctic region is safe, including Greenland, to work on that part. There's a lot of work to be done. To make sure that we do basically everything needed on land, sea and air to make sure that we protect that important part of the world and of NATO territory. So
that's great, huh?
I still think that the bluster of threatening tariffs was just the opening chip in the bargaining tool from the art of the deal. I just think that that's what that was.
It's possible. Some analysis, I was reading some analysis online the last couple of days about that. Some people were saying, look, if you look at the stock market of the global stock market, most notably the United States, it plummeted. I mean, it really plummeted the last handful of days. And they think basically the concern was about the Greenland NATO thing. Because if we become a social pariah, basically on the national or international stage with our allies, what makes us different from Russia and Iran? I mean, one of the reasons why Russia and Iran was so crippled so quickly is because we made them an economic pariah. So if we get to a point where we're now imposing tariffs on our friends, no one's going to want to play with us. No one's going to want to trade with us.
That's true.
And our economy really is our powerhouse. That with our military, of course. But our military is just to make sure we don't get bombed. Our economy, that's what keeps us as number one, in my opinion. And so if we're imposing all these tariffs and we're making it more and more difficult for people to trade with us and to be a part of our economy, they're just going to stop doing it. And so when the markets took a massive hit and Trump, who's the deal maker in chief, who's Mr. Economy, who's Mr., get inflation down, art of the deal, all that.
The board chairman.
The chairman, all those titles all have to do around what? Economic opportunity.
That's true.
And when the economic opportunity starts drying up as a result of some of this international bargaining ploys and whatnot, then the president has a problem. So is it possible that the tariffs were a huge bluff? Yes. I think he was serious about them, and then he saw how the markets responded and went, uh-oh, that's not good.
But I will say
and
one
I think
thing.
He was willing to pivot on it, and I think he did.
He did with those posts and those threats. He did get the attention of all the members of NATO that were there at the summit. He got their attention and got them to go in there and negotiate.
I don't think it's ever been a question that Trump is good at getting attention. I think he's proven himself in that wheelhouse quite successful numerous times.
Extremely.
Now, NATO spokesman Allison Hart said, quote, "The Secretary General had a very productive meeting with President Trump, during which they discussed the critical significance of security in the Arctic region to all allies, including the United States. Discussions among NATO allies on the framework the president referenced will focus on ensuring Arctic security through the collective efforts of allies, especially the 7 Arctic allies. Negotiations between Denmark, Greenland, and the United States will go forward, aimed at ensuring that Russia and China never gain a foothold economically or militarily in Greenland," end quote. And also the president confirmed that he's no longer interested in invading Greenland. Not that he was explicitly interested in it, but he said it. Hey, we're looking at it. It might happen, but he pretty much said that's not going to happen.
And he said at first, "We'll see."
Right, exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah. And Caroline Leavitt, White House spokesman, said, "Oh, the president has all options on the table. That includes military. Has it on the table." And then the president finally came out and said, "We're not doing that.
Yeah,
not happening." Now, a White House spokesman, Ann Kelly, in response to all this Greenland talk, said, quote, "If this deal goes through, the president is very hopeful it will. The United States will be achieving all of its strategic goals with respect to Greenland at very little cost forever. President Trump is proving once again he's the deal maker in chief. As details are finalized by all parties involved, they will be released accordingly," end quote. The forever thing is a little nutty. Forever.
And ever.
For the rest of time, we're never going to have to, there's going to be no cost, very little cost to protect Greenland. I think that's getting a little ahead of your skis there, bud.
Well, if it's protecting the United States as well, that shares the cost.
I know, but just like, at once upon a time, NATO was going to keep us safe forever. And then what did it turn into? It turned into this bureaucratic red tape nightmare that isn't really doing anything at all other than being a nuisance. So the whole forever thing, I don't think that's helpful.
We kept NATO safe forever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I would
That's a very good way of putting it.
I would avoid language like forever. I think that's a little silly. 7:21 is the KZRG News Time.
KZRG's Big 3 on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
NATO Secretary General Root said they had a very good sit-down with President Trump regarding Greenland. Root saying that he walked away from the conversation confident the U.S. will not invade Greenland.
Number 2.
In the trial of a former Uvalde school police officer charged with 29 counts of child abandonment or endangerment tied to the Robb Elementary shooting, the officer found not guilty. The former Uvalde school's police chief now facing similar charges. His trial date is yet to be set.
Number 1.
Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt calling for the U.S. to get serious about exportation for the Manchurian generation. There is concern now facing similar charges. There is concern of both terrorism.
An echo must have blown into the studio.
There must have been. There's a concern of birth tourism, where more than 1 million kids are born on American soil, raised in China, and who will become eligible for voting in the U.S. elections by 2030.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What is your best winter weather preparedness advice? We want to know that winter weather blowing in pretty soon here. We need some help spreading some good, potentially life-saving advice for it. What's your best winter weather preparedness advice? Coming up, look at weekday weather, including that Arctic blast that's coming into the area with Terry Smith, KZRG's meteorologist, that is. That's coming up next on News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Our first significant snow on the way, starting Friday night into Saturday night, and
Good morning, everyone. Spencer, good morning. Yeah, we can talk about that, Spencer, if you want. We have it up on our website and everything.
Start Friday night and continue into Saturday night. As much as 3 to 8 inches of snowfall.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious your thoughts. Leave us an open mic message. We can get into it if you want. I mean, we voiced our opinions on it all day Monday, all day Tuesday, and a lot of yesterday. So that's kind of why we weren't touching on it today, just because we hit on it and we didn't want to be boring and just do the same thing. But if you want, we can discuss it. Sure, we can hit on that. Inspiration and solutions for every room in the house. Teresa said, to me, it feels like anytime America wants to actually make things more fair, we are made out to be the pariah. Personally, I'm tired of America being bullied into submission by people who don't actually have the best interest of America in mind. I know there needs to be a balance there in some ways. But yeah, it can be frustrating. I totally agree. I think it's totally frustrating. Yeah, of course. I mean, they take advantage. I think all these international organizations 100% take advantage of us. No question about it. And then when we try to set the record straight and rebalance it, well, we're taking food out of their mouths because they weren't paying for the food we were. So, of course, they're going to lash out and get mad. But no, I totally agree. It is very frustrating.
Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
The new year means new resolutions, not just for your body, but for your finances as well. Did you know that financial health is directly related to your identity protection? This is why you need LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back. Resolve to make your identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with a promo code BECK. Terms apply.
Hey, it's Chris Plant. Be sure to tune in to FM 102.9, AM 1310 every weekday from 9 to 11 for breaking news, commentary, and politics. News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. Steve Scott along with Ted Bojorquez and Lucas Davis. And joining us now is KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Good morning, Terry.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Well, the good news is it's going to get near 50 today. That's the best news we probably are going to have for a little while.
We really are. I'm a glutton for punishment. You know, it's not enough that we're going to get measurable snow. Bravo, Lucas. This weekend. And it's not enough that we're going to get Arctic air this weekend, but misery loves company. So I was like, well, how long are we going to be like below freezing?
Yeah, so, it's going to be a while.
It is going to be a while. I mean, and we haven't had this kind of extended cold. I don't believe this winter. I can't recall a time where we have been so cold for so long. And the first day where we might be above freezing, and it's only briefly, would be Tuesday.
That's right. Now, we have that winter storm watch that starts at 6 tomorrow night now. They moved the time back a little bit. Yeah. Goes until noon on Sunday for our four-state area. I noticed a little difference between northeast Oklahoma and southwest Missouri. Northeast Oklahoma is calling for 5 to 10 inches. We're calling for 3 to 8 inches.
Well, and here's the thing. It's the timing of this that is quite interesting. It's very complicated, and that's not us just trying to tap dance around these things.
Oh,
but
sure.
That low pressure system's still sitting off the California coast. So its real impact isn't going to be felt until at least for another 24 hours. But yeah, a rough estimate around the four-state is for 3 to 8 inches, but we could see some higher-end amounts running as high as 12 inches before this all winds down.
Yeah, at least as of this point, it looks like the freezing freezing drizzle and sleet might stay to the south of us, or should stay to the south of the Joplin area, Joplin, Neosho area, and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it looks at this point like everything that falls is going to be of the snow variety, and that's a little bit more manageable than freezing rain, for sure.
What about the cold weather advisory from midnight tomorrow night till noon on Saturday?
So there's two things that play into that. One is the fact that it is going to be cold in and of itself, especially tomorrow night, Saturday night, where we're looking at Saturday night temperatures will be in the single digits. And you don't need really much of a wind to make the wind chills quite cold, below zero. So that's the main concern. It's cold. We've got a little bit of wind, and the wind chills could be running well below zero, at least 10 degrees below zero, maybe as much as 20 degrees below zero in spots.
Now, I'm looking ahead at Sunday night. It also looks like Sunday night the actual temperature is going to be below zero.
Yeah, below zero Sunday, still below freezing Monday. At least we got some sunshine to give us a little bit of a kind of give us some hope that things will warm up. And then Tuesday, above freezing in the mid to upper 30s.
So in closing, for the good news for today, we have
50 degrees.
All right.
Springtime.
For today only, and tomorrow it's going to be nice and cold with the temperatures holding steady, I understand, after the overnight low.
Near 20 tonight, and then, it'll be holding steady in the low 20s tomorrow, and I suspect we'll have more clouds than sunshine. But the snow doesn't start until Friday night into Saturday, and Saturday night, and perhaps Sunday as well.
All right. Well, Terry Smith, thank you very much for joining us this morning. We'll be crossing our fingers for tomorrow, and we'll be talking to you then.
Okay. See you guys.
Have a good one. That was meteorologist Terry Smith. Coming up after the news in about 10 minutes here to piggyback off of talking with Terry Smith. This Arctic blast is affecting much more than just this area. It's affecting a lot of the country, actually. We have details for you on exactly how wide-spanning this Arctic blast is going to be. That's coming up next on News Talk KZRG.
At 7:31, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bohorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG. Mideast Peace Board signing.
As Ukraine's day one arrived.
Greenland deal in the works. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Winter Storm Watch, 6 p.m. Friday through noon on Sunday. Cold weather advisory, midnight Friday night through noon on Saturday. Heading for a high today of near 50. Enjoy it while you can, because that's going to be the last warm day for a while. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Following sports, that will be at 7:38. It's 28 in Neosho, 25 in Pittsburgh, 25 in Carthage, 25 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk, KZRG. President Trump is holding a signing ceremony for his proposed Board of Peace in Davos, Switzerland today. Trey Inks has more.
Already nearly 20 countries have agreed to participate for 3 years. Now, if they decide to extend, they can pledge $1 billion each toward this initiative. The countries can then become permanent members, according to a draft of the charter. Some of the participants, like the UAE, Bahrain, and Morocco, have already normalized ties with Israel through the Abraham Accords, making them obvious choices. Others, like Pakistan and Belarus, are new to the arena. After ending the war in Gaza by reaching a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, the president is now looking at stabilizing the region, and even indicated that the board could have responsibilities well beyond Gaza.
There's just one more thing to be solved before peace is achieved in Ukraine. This, according to President Trump's special envoy.
Steve Witkoff heads to Moscow today after hailing progress in peace talks. He's described the issue of territory as the 800-pound elephant in the room.
I think we've got it down to one issue, and we have discussed iterations of that issue, and that means it's solvable.
President Trump's special envoy speaking at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. The United States has held talks with Russia and separately with Kyiv and European leaders on various different drafts of a plan for ending the war in Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, meanwhile, is on his way to Switzerland for talks with President Trump. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
A potential deal emerging to de-escalate tensions between the United States and NATO allies over Greenland.
President Trump is backing off tariff threats, announcing instead a framework for a future deal over Greenland.
Gets everything we wanted.
including especially real national security.
On the margins of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, President Trump sat down with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte about a U.S. takeover of the Danish territory in the Arctic.
You know, when I see what's happening with Greenland, I wonder, because I want Greenland for security. I don't want it for anything else.
The president says Denmark is unable to defend Greenland and questioned NATO's commitment to Arctic security. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
It's 25. It's now 7:34. News Talk KZRG.
In Jeff City, an effort is underway to improve pharmacies in the Show Me State. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith with more.
On Wednesday, Missouri State Senator Jill Carter of Granby introduced a bill designed to protect both patients and pharmacies by promoting fairness, transparency, and choice in Missouri's healthcare system. Senate Bill 984 strengthens protections for pharmacies and patients. The bill requires 14 days notice for audits, limits reviews to 25 prescriptions, allows pharmacies 30 days to correct errors, and bans audits during the first 5 business days of every month. You can read more about it online at newstalkkzrg.com. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
Calling all artists. Watercolor USA is a prestigious national competitive exhibition celebrating excellence in water media painting. Now in its second year at Spiva Center for the Arts in Joplin, entries are now welcome. Marketing and impact strategist for the Spiva Center of the Arts, Paige Mock, telling News Talk KZRG.
And the call for entries are open now, so we're really excited to see all the work come in. People can submit work on Cafe platform through February 16th at midnight.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sun is on the rise. It's 25 at 7:35. News Talk KZRG.
Missouri's U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt says he supports President Trump's effort to annex Greenland.
What I'm talking about is acquiring Greenland. And this is nothing new. Harry Truman wanted to do this. It's been talked about for the last 150 years in our nation's history. Territorial expansion is sort of part of what we did. We're sitting here in Jefferson City, a town dedicated to Thomas Jefferson and the westward expansion.
Schmidt says NATO needs to get serious on the national security threat that exists if the U.S. does not acquire Greenland.
Well, here's one that I didn't think was going to be on my 2026 bingo card. Meteorologists are warning of exploding trees during the upcoming cold snap forecast for much of the nation.
The meteorologists say this is actually possible in sub-zero weather expected in the Midwest and Northern Plains. Trees could actually split and burst. This as a bitter Arctic blast moves its way south from Canada. Sap in trees contain water. Scientists say, think of what happens to a pipe when the water inside it freezes and how it could burst. And that's exactly what happens with the trees. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In NBA action, the Thunder beat the Bucks 122-102. SGA had 40 points and 11 assists. In NCAA men's top 25 action, number 19 Kansas beat Colorado 75-69. In prep basketball, the Thomas Jefferson girls beat Northeast Vernon County 48-43 in the Tony Dubray Classic semifinals. Anna Hybrid had 17 points. In action tonight, the Joplin boys are taking on Webster Grove at the Bill Hanson Memorial. The Carthage boys are taking on East Central JV in the Catoosa Port City Classic. The Carl Junction boys are at Springfield Catholic. The Thomas Jefferson boys are taking on Northeast in the Tony Dubray Classic. The CJ girls are taking on Webster Groves in the Bill Hanson Memorial. The Carthage girls are taking on Tahlequah in the Catoosa Port City Classic, and the Webb City girls are hosting Forsyth. That's your Crossland Construction Sports Report. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG.
Your news is service to Galena Liberty Pawn. Sell your unwanted gold and silver directly to the refiner for top dollar. They also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena Liberty Pawn at 708 South Main in Galena, Kansas. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 8 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Our first significant snow on the way starting Friday night into Saturday, Saturday night, and perhaps even into Sunday. Today, sunny and near 50. Tomorrow, cloudy, breezy, 22. The snow starts Friday night and continues into Saturday night. As much as 3 to 8 inches of snowfall possible. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. It's 28 in Neosho, 25 in Pittsburgh. It's 25 in Miami, 25 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time now, 7:39.
The Joplin area is a beautiful place. We are surrounded by the hills of the Ozarks, picturesque waterfalls, and neighbors who make the area special. And for all the beauty that surrounds us, the very ground under our feet is terrible. I'm Blake with Firm Foundation Repair, and unfortunately in our area, it's very common to have settlement issues with your home. You may notice a crack in the sheetrock, foundation, or uneven floors, and those small issues today can become a huge headache tomorrow. At Firm Foundation Repair, we can help you save your home, and we can do it for the best prices around. Because just like you, we live here too. We don't have a CEO to try to pay in another state, and we aren't hauling in equipment from hours away. So with Firm Foundation Repair, you can trust a local crew to do it right for the best price. If you've noticed your home is shifted, your floors are sagging, or you have a leaky basement, get started at foundations-firm.com. We're Southwest Missouri boys with Southwest Missouri pricing, built on trust and known for strength. That's Firm Foundation.
Does your daily life leave you thirsty for more? Does your wallet screech in pain when you attempt to quench that thirst? Professor Pennypinger here, reminding you to make this the year that you live your best life for the best price, thanks to the Zimmer Coffee Card and the Show Me State Beer Card. Each offer your favorite drinks for just $1 from area shops, bars, and restaurants. With a Zimmer Coffee Card, your morning mocha or afternoon pick-me-up latte is no burden at all. With your Zimmer Coffee Card, your specialty coffees are only $1 from 19 participating area coffee shops. And with the Show Me State Beer Card, you can get 2 beers for just $1 each from 23 area watering holes. Each card is only $20 and on sale now. Grab both at newstalkkzrg.com. Quench your thirst, live your best life, and save money with the Zimmer Coffee Card and the Show Me State Beer Card. Buy yours now for only $20 each at newstalkkzrg.com.
When your pet feels their best, you can see it. In every wag, every stretch, every happy moment. They truly are my best friends. And that's why I really want to make sure I'm doing everything I can to keep them healthy and happy.
At Pinnacle Vet Clinic in Neosho, grooming is more than a beauty routine. It's an important part of keeping your pet healthy, inside and out. Regular grooming helps maintain healthy skin and coat, keeps ears clean, and nails neatly trimmed. Little details like that make a big difference in your pet's comfort and well-being. And you can trust the same Pinnacle Vet Clinic team for your regular vet visits and grooming, which makes it easier on you and your dog. They take the time to make each grooming visit relaxing and safe, so every pet feels cared for and comfortable. Help your pets thrive with a grooming appointment with Pinnacle Vet Clinic. Find them online at pinnaclevetclinic.com or on Facebook. When you want the best for your pets, go to Pinnacle Vet Clinic on Hammer Road in Neosho.
Where did you get that smile? Joplin Family Dental.
If you've been putting off going to the dentist out of fear, you're not alone.
A lot of people sit in our chairs and confess the same thing every day.
But here's the part they never expect.
How comfortable they can feel going to the dentist with safe and effective sedation dentistry.
It's designed to help calm your fears before you ever walk through our doors.
You stay relaxed, comfortable, and in control of any nerves or anxiety from start to finish.
So if you're ready to finally face your fear,
we're here to help you take that first step towards a better dental experience with sedation dentistry.
And we promise you won't be doing it alone.
Call Joplin Family Dental to discover the comfortable way to a new smile.
Or schedule an appointment at our new Carthage location today.
You can also learn more at joplindental.com.
Where did you get that smile? Joplin Family Dental.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Catch my show every weekday. It all starts at 2 for honest news, truthful news on News Talk, KZRG. Depend on it.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
7:43 is the KZRG News Time. Ted Bojorquez.
Steve Scott. Lucas Davis.
Good old LD in the house.
Enjoy the nice warm weather while you can. It's going to be sunny today. We're expecting a high of 50, near 50 today. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight low dropping down to around 20. Now, we've got winds out of the northeast tonight, gusting as high as 29 miles per hour as the cold front makes its way through. The wind chill values could be as low as 12 for tonight, with that again low around 20. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, steady temperatures between 20 and 22. Northeast winds gusting as high as 31 miles per hour. And here's where the fun starts. We have a winter weather advisory starting at 6 tomorrow night, going until noon on Sunday. We've got a 90% chance of snow, overnight low down to around 7. Saturday and 80 make that 90% chance of snow with the high only 14. And Saturday night, 80% chance of snow, overnight low down to around 5 above. Sunday, mostly cloudy and cold with a high of only 16. But the bottom drops out on Sunday night. It'll be partly cloudy with the overnight low 6 below 0. A high on Monday. Sunshine is going to only reach 26. 13 for the overnight low on Monday night, 37 on Tuesday, so we get back for just a few moments to above freezing temperatures finally on Tuesday. But that winter weather advisory again in effect from 6 o'clock tomorrow night until noon on Sunday. Also a cold weather advisory. Wind chills could be as low as 14 below at times. That's in effect from midnight tomorrow night until noon on Saturday. I would say we might get that even extended possibly to some other nights over the weekend. Just keep it here on News Talk KZRG. We will keep you informed.
KZRG News Time, 7:45. Speaking of this winter weather snap, unfortunately, the four states area is not unique in sharing this future burden. More than 175 million Americans are in the path of what could become potentially a historic winter storm. Now, this storm, this Arctic blast that's coming through, that, yes, could hit this area, could hit the four states. It's expected to extend over 2,000 miles and stretch across more than 35 states.
Wow.
This is a big deal. I mean, that's huge.
It is huge.
175 million people expected to be impacted by this. That's what, a third of the country?
It is.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Now, this blast will be moving southwest through Texas and, unfortunately, Oklahoma. And as Steve had noted earlier, if it starts getting north a little bit, oof.
Yeah, we right now it looks like the freezing rain and sleet and stuff, ice is going to stay to the south of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's hopefully dependent upon the track staying to the south of us for that. Right now, we're just expecting heavier snow in our area. Northeast Oklahoma and also in southwest Missouri and south central Missouri.
Right. And the big question, the big nail-biting question is just how far north it will track. According to experts, any kind of shift, no matter how small, could be detrimental in determining which states will or won't see potentially record levels of snow.
That's right. Plus, we even had this in the news at the bottom of the hour. In parts of the Midwest, the temperatures are going to be actually so low that some trees could explode because there's water and sap, and trees have sap in them, and that could freeze and cause them to explode.
The trees are shooting at us.
That's right. Of course, if you're down in Florida, they have iguanas falling out of the trees if it gets real cold.
And that's no good for anyone.
No, it's not.
No. Can you imagine, in Florida, I always thought the big fear was getting hit in the head by a coconut falling off a tree. Apparently, it's iguanas falling off trees.
Especially when it gets real cold.
Now, here's the other reason why it's important to keep in mind that this is affecting more than 35 states, or at least is expected to affect more than 35 states, is air travel. I don't know if you have plans to go traveling anytime soon, if you have airfare, if you have a little vacation you're doing, or someone's birthday, or a wedding you got to fly to, or whatever. But keep in mind, this is absolutely going to delay pretty much all air travel. Even if it doesn't hit the four states area that intensely as it might or it might not, it certainly is going to whack the heck out of other states' major airports. And as we all know, once one major airport has delays, that tends to have a pretty major ripple effect across the country.
Well, I will tell you that the winter storm watch now extends all the way to the Gulf Coast in Texas. I just checked it. And also, we have just got an update for northeast Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas. They've now issued a winter storm warning in effect from noon tomorrow until 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. They're saying heavy mixed precipitation. This is in northeast Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas. Heavy mixed precipitation is expected north of Interstate 40. Mainly snow is expected with total accumulations between 6 and 12 inches. Blowing and drifting snow may occur south of Interstate 40. Mainly sleet is expected, mixing with snow and freezing rain. Total sleet and snow accumulations between 3 and 5 inches in the central part of Arkansas and Oklahoma. Freezing rain of up to 0.25 to 0.75 inches may occur near the Red River. So again, northeast Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas are now in a winter storm warning in effect from noon tomorrow until 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Aunt Lori near the Gulf Coast, better be prepared, Ted.
I know. I'm getting worried for my Aunt Lori. Now, so intense could this be that certain states like South Carolina's emergency operations plan has been put in effect? A state of emergency has been activated in South Carolina, and which is pretty crazy to think. I mean, this allows the state National Guard to activate personnel and start preparing equipment and everything. And so people are there. I mean, look, part of the country is really bracing for a heavy impact. How much of that impact will we feel? We won't know until tomorrow.
I mean, the biggest thing for the states that aren't used to this, I mean, just stay home. Don't try to go anywhere. Just stay home. Go get your groceries today, yesterday. Yep. Don't wait to the last minute. Don't overbuy either. Just get enough for a week's worth of groceries, because that's probably all that's, at worst, that'll be how long you're trapped if you're trapped indoors for something like this.
I will tell you, yesterday when we went grocery shopping to do just that, we went to go get some bread. All of the favorite brands of bread were sold out. Now, the other brands they still had plenty of, but the bread was already getting a little bit thin in some stores. Also, the milk was hit quite hard. So, and there was a lot of people shopping. In fact, the cashier at the register said that they had been packed at that store all day long.
What store was this?
Walmart on West 7th Street.
Oh, boy. All right. So, please don't do a bank run of Walmart in the bread aisle. Go and respectfully get your provisions for the next handful of days.
Speaking of bank run, you know what I always thought was the perfect time to do a bank heist?
When?
During a blizzard.
Wouldn't you? Okay. Explain the getaway process.
Snowmobiles.
Oh.
Bro, I grew up in the Northwest. Boy. I have this mapped out.
All right. You know what?
What happens if they have the roads plowed? You don't have any place to go.
Snowmobiles go anywhere in snow.
Oh, boy. You know what,
don't
Lucas?
Have to stay on the road.
Look, I came into that idea full of negativity, but boy, howdy, that's a good point.
Okay, so we understand there's multiple police departments listening. So
that's the only flaw in my logic, is I was giving my plan away.
So if there's a bank robbery and snowmobile tracks are located,
look for the bearded man.
Exactly. Yep. KZRG News Time, 7:51.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
NATO Secretary General Rutte saying they had a very good sit-down with President Trump regarding Greenland. Rutte saying he walked away from the conversation confident the U.S. will not invade Greenland.
Number 2.
In the trial of a former Uvalde school police officer charged with 29 counts of child abandonment or endangerment tied to the Robb Elementary shooting, officer found not guilty. Now the former Uvalde schools police chief facing similar charges. His trial date has yet to be set.
Number 1.
Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt calling for the U.S. to get serious about exportation for the Manchurian generation. There's concern of birth tourism, where more than 1 million kids are born on American soil but raised in China, who will become eligible to vote in U.S. elections by 2030.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What is your best winter weather preparedness advice? We want to know. Text us at 417-782-1310. What is your best winter weather advice? Robert texted us a tip. He said, try to use the ever-evasive thing called common sense. Don't drive like it's the first time you ever saw a slick road. don't go out and buy 500 rolls of toilet paper. Nothing ever lasts that long around here. In other words, just try to keep your head on your shoulders.
Keep survival supplies in your car just in case you get stranded.
That's go blankets, jackets, sweatshirts.
Bottles of water, some sort of heating element like hand warmers or whatnot in case that bottle of water freezes and you need a way to melt the water.
Good advice, yeah. What is your winter weather preparedness advice? We want to know. Leave us an open mic message. Coming up next, your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Our first significant snow on the way, starting Friday night into Saturday night, and perhaps even into Sunday. Today, sunny and near 50. Tomorrow, cloudy, breezy, 22. The snow starts Friday night and continues into Saturday night. As much as 3 to 8 inches of snowfall possible. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
My grandma used to really struggle to keep up with the dinner conversation. She couldn't hear anything. So one day she saw an ad in a magazine for a hearing aid and decided to go ahead and buy it. But she didn't wear it because she hated the way it looked and felt. So we scheduled an appointment at Mid-America Dental and Hearing Center. And it turned out that Grandma's magazine hearing aid didn't fit correctly. And it also didn't work with the type of hearing loss she had. So she got a new hearing aid, and she's back to being an important part of the dinner conversation.
Mid-America Hearing Center offers extensive testing of your hearing aid to make sure it's the right one for you. With a free hearing exam and free cognitive screening, you can find out how your hearing is affecting you and how you can improve it starting now. Mid-America Hearing Center, just off I-44 at exit 44 and at midamericahearing.com.
Best for less. In a day, Mid-America Hearing Center. Hinkle's Ace Hardware, they got what you need there.
For generations, our families have serviced customers. Hinkle's Department Store in downtown Macomb, Illinois, Lee's Grocery in Cape Girardeau, Grand Country Homeworks in Grove, and for the past several decades, Hinkle's Ace Hardware. We've grown up understanding the power of a helping hand with the simple belief service comes first.
And that commitment to being truly helpful is exactly why I decided to join the family business. Hi, this is Colton Hinkle, the second generation carrying on the legacy of Hinkle's Ace Hardware. For 20 years, my parents have built on our family foundation, watching families grow up just like ours.
Our stores are more than hardware. They're a neighborhood tradition built on trust and excellent customer service. We know the products, we know our community, and we know exactly how to help you get the job done right. Hinkle's Ace Hardware in Webb City and Joplin, your locally owned hardware store with neighbors helping neighbors.
Neighbors helping neighbors. Hinkle's Ace Hardware Store.
Not all automobiles are created equal. They can all get you around, but you need to look at the pros and cons of each one and decide which works best for you. When it comes to mortgages, the same rules apply. Not all are created equal. Make sure you get the loan that works best for you at Community Bank and Trust. Factors like interest rates, closing costs, and other options can make each mortgage or refinance drastically different. So if you're looking to buy or refinance your home, you want to have local lenders who know the area and will make certain to get you the best options available at Community Bank and Trust. You won't find pushy salesmen, but you will find neighbors that will give you accurate information and will help you find the mortgage that works best for you. Get started at one of the local employee-owned CBT locations or apply online in as little as 10 minutes at cbthomebank.com. Community Bank and Trust, where trust is so important, it's in our name. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 580491.
Join me, Buck Sexton, and our good friend Clay Travis every weekday starting at 11 on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning Challenge.
Your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
To win, be the first on the phone with the correct answer to the question, 417-782-1310, 417-782-1310. Ted, what's the question?
Today's question is, who wrote the Pledge of Allegiance? 417-782-1310. A little U.S. history trivia for you. We all know the Pledge of Allegiance, or at least we should. Who actually wrote it? 417-782-1310. Who wrote America's modern Pledge of Allegiance? It's not Francis Scott Key. That's the wrong little U.S. trivia. Steve, what are we giving away?
A complimentary taco plus chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
Who wrote the Pledge of Allegiance? News Talk KZRG, what is your guess?
George Block.
George Blott? No, not George. 417-782-1310. First name starts with an F. Last name starts with a B. Who wrote the Pledge of Allegiance? First name starts with an F. News Talk KZ. Oh, looks like my hint might have scared him off. 417-782-1310. Who wrote the Pledge of Allegiance? This is a tough one. We might have to hold it over a day. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, we may very well have to do it. At least you didn't ask who wrote the Book of Love.
That's true. It would be not Ted. 417-782-1310.
Not according to that background picture on his phone.
Who wrote the Pledge of Allegiance? 417-782-1310. Let's stay on path here, Lucas.
I think he's picking on you.
417. We'll have to hold it over a day.
Yeah,
all right, do some Googling. Do some Googling today. Tune in tomorrow morning. Good morning.
The Four States News, Talk, and Severe Weather Station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 8 o'clock.
He's getting ready to leave Davos, Switzerland. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Hours after the president created something new.
The official formation of what is known as the Board of Peace.
And President Trump's the chairman, joined by other world leaders signing the charter this morning. To some American allies have not joined the board, initially formed to implement peace in Gaza, including disarming Hamas.
I think we can spread out to other things as we succeed with Gaza.
Saying they'd work with the United Nations, but the UN hasn't lived up to his potential. The president says he's also touting a deal in the works for Greenland. After insisting the U.S. must take control of the territory now part of Denmark, the president says it's key for his new U.S. missile defense system. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson is in Greenland.
President Trump announcing that framework agreement and calling off his tariff threats against those NATO nations who deployed forces here. President Trump talking to our own Maria Bartiromo, telling her this deal could possibly mean total access for U.S. forces in the United States.
We will have everything we want. We're getting everything we want at no cost.
So the Golden Dome will be on Greenland?
A piece of it, yes, and it's a very important part because it's everything.
Now, the president also talked to reporters moments ago before leaving the World Economic Forum about Ukraine.
I had a very good meeting with President Zelensky. Everybody wants to have the war end.
And as Fox's Jonathan Savage reports, the president's special envoy will soon be talking to Russia's leader.
Steve Witkoff heads to Moscow today after hailing progress in peace talks. He's described the issue of territory as the 800-pound elephant in the room.
I think we've got it down to one issue, and we have discussed iterations of that issue, and that means it's solvable.
The Oscar nominations just out. Sinners leads the way up for a record 16, including Best Picture. Here are the other nominees for that.
Begonia.
F1.
Frankenstein.
Hamnet.
Marty Supreme.
One battle after another.
The Secret Agent.
Sentimental Value. And Train Dreams.
We'll find out the winners of the Oscars March 15th. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Southwest Missouri winter storm watch from 6 p.m. to Friday night through noon on Sunday. They have just updated northeast Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas to a winter storm warning. That one is in effect from noon Friday until 3 on Sunday afternoon. Now, we also have a cold weather advisory. It's in effect in southwest Missouri, midnight Friday night through noon on Saturday. For northeast Oklahoma, that has been extended from midnight tomorrow night until noon on Sunday. Actually, on Monday. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith will be coming up in just a matter of moments. We are heading for a high of near 50 for today, but it's not going to be above freezing for several days. 28 in Neosho, 25 in Pittsburgh, 25 in Galena, 25 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk, KZRG. Another measure for Joplin voters to decide on.
Something that got lost a bit in the 7-hour Joplin City Council meeting Tuesday night. The council did approve a motion to put on the April 7th ballot a continuation of a tax that'll fund police and fire pay. It was first approved back in 2019, and officials remind you it's not a new tax. You're voting to approve a continuation of it. That money's been supporting first responders the last 6 or 7 years now, and they say would be essential to keeping quality services in Joplin. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
The Neosho Police Department recently launched its new Home Reassurance Program, which is a free initiative designed to enhance resident safety by allowing homeowners to request periodic checks on their property during vacations or extended absences. Once enrolled, patrol officers will show up to the house and do some inspections of the home to deter potential burglars and provide peace of mind for those away. Neosho Police Chief Peter Russell told News Talk KZRG.
Every day, the officer will go out there. They'll have a checklist of homes that they got to go out there and see. They walk around, make the inspection, sign off on a checklist, and then it goes back up on the board so we can make sure it's being done.
A nearly 5-hour public hearing ended with the annexation approval on Tuesday night for a possible AI data center in the city of Joplin. Congressman Eric Burleson told News Talk KZRG that there is a lot of disinformation about these centers.
When you look at the actual data and you talk to utility companies and you talk to data centers, you talk to people who study this topic that are economists, they will tell you that you absolutely want a data center in your community. And the reason is that they're paying for your entire infrastructure.
But many residents say they are concerned about rising electric bills, heavy usage of water, as well as noise and air pollution. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, 25 at 805, News Talk KZRG.
A nearly 5-hour public hearing ended.
Cold temperatures are predicted this weekend. The cold weather is tough on people, but it's especially tough on cats and dogs. Linda Dewberry of Best Friends Pets in Bentonville told News Talk KZRG.
But when we may have some ice as well, then we're going to have sidewalks in places that are covered with salt or some other kind of stuff to melt that ice, and that can be irritating to their paws. So if you see that and you're walking through it, then you want to wipe their feet off a little bit when you come in to make sure that that's not getting down in between their pads and causing irritation.
Now, she says that antifreeze can kill pets, and you should clean up any spills to keep pets from drinking or licking it.
Missouri's U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt says he supports President Trump's efforts to annex Greenland.
If you look at a globe, you can understand the strategic importance of Greenland. Not to mention the Arctic sea lanes are going to be much more navigable in the next 30 years for our ballistic weapons systems and also for the rare earths that are there and our ability to refine them.
Schmidt says the U.S. will be successful despite a NATO military buildup around Greenland.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In NBA action, the Thunder beat the Bucks 122-102. SGA had 40 points and 11 assists. In NCAA men's top 25 action, number 19 Kansas beat Colorado 75-69. In prep basketball, the Thomas Jefferson girls beat Northeast Vernon County 48-43 in the Tony DuBray Classic semifinals. Anna Hybrid had 17 points. In action tonight, the Joplin boys are taking on Webster Grove at the Bill Hanson Memorial. The Carthage boys are taking on East Central JV in the Catoosa Port City Classic. The Carl Junction boys are at Springfield Catholic. The Thomas Jefferson boys are taking on Northeast in the Tony DuBray Classic. The CJ girls are taking on Webster Groves in the Bill Hanson Memorial. The Carthage girls are taking on Tahlequah in the Catoosa Port City Classic, and the Webb City girls are hosting Forsyth. That's your Crossland Construction Sports Report. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG.
Your news, a service of Galena Liberty Pawn. Sell your unwanted gold and silver directly to the refiner for top dollar. They also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena Liberty Pawn, 708 South Main in Galena, Kansas. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 8:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Arctic air and heavy snow on the way. A winter storm watch Friday evening through noon Sunday. 3 to 8 inches of snow during that time. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Know what makes Zimmer Marketing the fastest growing marketing agency in the 4 states? It just works. If you're ready to brand and grow your business, let Zimmer Marketing work for you. Find out how at zimmermarketing.com.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. It's 28 in Neosho, 25 in Pittsburgh, 25 in Crestline. It's 25 in Joplin. News Talk, KZRG, with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time now, 8:09.
Cold weather can present unique challenges for semis. This is Justin with JL Mobile Truck and Trailer Repair. And this winter, you'll want to be sure to treat your fuel, replace your fuel filters, and check your battery to ensure you're ready for colder weather. But should you find yourself down and out, remember, JL Mobile Truck and Trailer Repair is here for all your diesel maintenance and repairs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call us at 417-438-9461 or visit jlmobilerepair.com.
Relief Factor loves hearing from pain-free customers and hopes that you're going to be the next that writes in. Kim wrote in and said, before trying Relief Factor, Glenn, I struggled just to make it through my work days. I'd collapse on the couch at night, aching everywhere. Within a few weeks of starting Relief Factor, that daily pain began to fade. Now, I'm keeping up at work. I still have energy left for my family. My life has changed. Kim's is the story of thousands of kitchens and office desks and factory floors. The story of parents having more love to give because they have strength to share it. Relief Factor doesn't just ease pain, it restores your evening, your laughter, and the simple joy of just being present. Relief Factor has given me a big part of my life back, whether in the cold and elevation of our ranch or walks along the beaches with my wife in Florida. Relief Factor is 100% drug-free and targets the inflammation that causes pain so you can move better and feel better and actually enjoy life again. Try their 3-week quick start, $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com, 1-800-4RELIEF, 1-800-4RELIEF, and see if you're not the next to get out of pain.
My name is Brandy. I am the lead assistant for Team Dental of Joplin, and this is Hadley. She is one of my favorite patients here at Team Dental of Joplin. Hadley, what do you want to be when you grow up?
The answer to that question is a dentist.
What made you decide you want to be a dentist?
Just seeing how they work and how nice and fun it is. They always are introducing new staff members to me and telling them all about how I want to be a dentist when I grow up and how Dr. Lemus is super funny. They like the Chiefs, so probably if you like the Chiefs, you should probably run it.
Hadley is the model patient at Team Dental of Joplin. She always does a great job when we have her in the chair.
I'm Dr. Lemus from Team Dental of Joplin. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Good morning, everyone. Rick, what's going on?
Suicide doesn't only affect veterans. It impacts
So he
families.
said, Lucas, your
friends, and
snowmobile thing
entire
is a good idea for a movie. I
communities.
agree,
Too
Teresa.
many veterans are
I
lost
might
to
write it.
suicide. But there
Rick
is
said
hope,
stores
and
don't
there
get
is
bread
help.
deliveries on
If you
Wednesday,
or
so
a
it should be
veteran you love
restocked
is
today.
struggling, call 988 and press
Chris
1
said I-
or text 838255.
It would have to be something like basic, like the Great Heist or something.
The Great-
You know what I call it? What?
Cold hard cash.
Oh, Lucas said he called it
that's
cold
good.
hard cash. That's pretty good.
News, weather, politics, live from the Downstream Casino
Studio, News Talk KZRG. Depend on it. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
8:12 is the KZRG News Time. Ted Bojorquez.
Steve Scott.
Lucas Davis.
FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. Well, earlier, Lucas had a brilliant bank heist idea.
Oh, it was so good they thought he could get away with it until he talked about it.
Hey, walk us through it, Lucas.
Well, I grew up in Northeast Indiana, and every winter we would have, at some point in time, a blizzard. Like we would get 15 to 20 inches of snow with 20 to 40 mile an hour winds, and you would just be stuck inside. This would happen every other year. So I just was randomly thinking one day, we had a bank that was kind of on the outskirts of town. I was like, that bank would be perfect to rob during a blizzard. You just need 2 or 3 guys on snowmobiles, go up there, do your thing, and go ahead and get out of there, and no tracks because you're in a blizzard.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be able to find.
And how are the cops going to get there?
Yeah.
It's
Snowmobile.
snowstorm.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of a genius play. I'm not going to lie. I was taken aback because he said it, and I go, okay, explain the getaway process. Snowmobile. It's genius.
You have a truck parked somewhere out in the woods or whatnot. You just drive the
Ready to
snowmobiles
go.
right up into the back of the truck. Bing, bang, boom. You're
Easy
rich.
peasy. Now, we asked you for
And the
an
beauty
open...
of it is all the money's insured, so you don't have to worry about it.
It's a victimless crime if you think about it.
Really?
I
Oh,
believe...
and by the way, I just came up with the title of the movie during the break. Cold Hard Cash if we turn this into a movie.
That's genius. Now, we asked you for your thoughts on this via open mic message, and you did not disappoint. Take a listen to this.
Hey guys, thanks for providing a fall guy for this bank heist.
I do what I can.
Yeah, next time there's a bank heist where snowmobiles are involved, the police will be knocking on your door, Lucas.
Absolutely.
No doubt
And my
about it.
doormat actually says come back with a warrant, so I guess
Does it really?
Yeah. So I guess that'll apply.
Kind of prophetic, huh? All right, we have a winter storm watch in effect for southwest Missouri starting at 6 tomorrow night and going until noon on Sunday. A cold weather advisory or warning, that is. A cold weather warning is in effect for southwest Missouri from midnight tomorrow night until noon on Saturday. In the last little bit, we got an update for northeast Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas. This now includes a winter storm warning. A winter storm warning is in effect from noon on Friday until midnight on Sunday night. Noon on Sunday until noon on Sunday. But they have now extended their cold weather warning for northeast Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas. It starts at midnight tomorrow night and now goes until midnight on Sunday night, Monday morning. So that has been extended, may be extended for us as the day progresses. Today, just enjoy yourself. We have sunshine with the high near 50. Partly cloudy overnight low tonight down to around 20. And winds are going to be picking up out of the northeast, gusting as high as 29 miles per hour, bringing the cold front in. Friday, mostly cloudy. Temperatures holding steady in the lower 20s. Winds are going to be out of the northeast, gusting as high as 21 miles per hour. Friday night, 90% chance of snow, overnight low of 7 above. Saturday, 90% chance of snow, winds out of the northeast, gusting as high as 23 miles per hour, high of 14. Saturday night, 80% chance of snow, low of 5 above. Sunday, mostly cloudy, high of only 16. Sunday night, partly cloudy, but the actual temperature, 6 below zero. Now back up to 26 on Monday, 13 for the low on Monday night, maybe above freezing, 37 on Tuesday, 19 for the low on Tuesday night, and 35 on Wednesday. So it's going to be cold and it's going to be snowy starting tomorrow.
Yeah, no, Mother Nature's not messing around, and neither is KZRG. We'll be keeping an eye on it for you. You will be up to date with all things weather so long as you're tuned into FM 102.9, 105.9 AM 1310, or if you have the Zimmer Storm Center app, also a phenomenal way to stay up to date with all things weather. Gives you, by the way, live access to KZRG Storm Tracker radar in the palm of your hand. Well, the House Oversight Committee has voted to hold former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in contempt of Congress after they just straight up ignored subpoenas to show up to testify about Jeffrey Epstein. Congress had on official duty said, we need to speak to the Clintons about Epstein, and Bill and Hillary just didn't show up. If that was you or I, we would have been arrested.
We would have been in jail within seconds.
Now, in a post on X, the committee explained that, quote, bipartisan resolutions, end quote, to hold the Clintons in contempt of Congress for dodging their subpoenas, had passed and were sent to the House, which, to be honest, would not surprise me.
No.
I mean, they voted. I mean, it's going through. It's happening.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they wrote on X, quote, House oversight passes bipartisan resolution holding Bill and Hillary Clinton in contempt of Congress for defying congressional subpoenas on the Epstein probe. Accountability is here. No one is above the law. The resolutions are now sent to the House, end quote. I think this is going to go through no problem.
I do too, except for I think that the Clintons will figure out a way to stall it until the next Democrat takes office where it'll be dropped.
And by stalling, you mean just not showing up?
Well, either not showing up or having their lawyers to postpone hearings until the next president comes in.
Yeah.
Why are politicians not allowed to be handcuffed and put in jail?
So here's the thing, honestly. I completely agree. That's a great question that we should be asking.
It never happens.
Because look, these politicians and the uber wealthy, they're not afraid of fines. They're not afraid of lawsuits because they can shoulder legal fees 17,000 days a week. They don't care. So the only way to actually punish the uber wealthy and the uber elite
them with handcuffs
is prison.
Yeah,
That's it.
But you got to look at one thing. If you remember, in the last couple of years, they had Donald Trump. The Secret Service refused to allow them to put handcuffs on him for the perp walk, but they did allow a mugshot to be taken, which ended up getting leaked.
As long as they spend time in the prison
Trump
cell,
released
I don't
it.
even care if
Trump
there is
released
a
it
perp
too.
walk or not.
Right.
As long as they're in a prison cell, I don't care. Like the perp walk is just the symbolism of it. Like I want just accountability for these politicians, these crooked politicians that never get held accountable for anything that they do.
Right. And I honestly think the only way to scare the uber elite and the uber wealthy and these politicians that are crooked is jail time.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
The
again,
only
they're
way.
not afraid of
No.
legal fees and they're not afraid of fines. They don't care. They can do it.
Because they have endless amounts of money
Right.
from donors or whatever else.
They do
lining
care
their
about
pockets.
jail, though.
Yeah.
Everyone does. That's the only way to truly keep them in line is mandatory prison sentences for things like this.
And it's wild that they never get held accountable. Like, at most, they have to resign from being a politician. They never get held jail time or anything like that. Like, maybe 1 out of every 10 years you'll see somebody. Like, who was it? Isn't there a senator that he's getting ready to do a prison sentence or something like that before President
the dude
Trump?
with the gold bars?
Yeah.
I
think, did Trump pardon him?
Yeah.
Before he had to go? Like, right
I
before he
think
had to
so.
go? I thought so.
The guy that got busted for being given gold bars by a foreign...
No, it was something else than that. It was
you're talking about Santos. George
yeah.
Santos.
Yeah, I think Trump pardoned him right before his prison sentence or something.
He
like
pardoned
that.
George Santos. I think George Santos was just like a chronic liar. Like he just
Yeah.
lied under oath or something. But now, apparently, the committee voting to hold the Clintons in contempt of Congress, according to House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer, that the committee rejected an offer from the Clintons. They said, okay, the Clintons said, we don't want to be subpoenaed. We don't want to come in and testify. Comer wrote on X, quote, facing contempt of Congress, the Clintons' lawyers made an untenable offer that I traveled to New York for a conversation with President Clinton only. No official transcript would be recorded, and other members of Congress would be barred from participating. I have rejected the Clintons' ridiculous offer, end quote.
So we can have a conversation, but there's no proof of it that it happened.
Right, and only one person is allowed. We can't write it down.
No
and
witnesses.
Hillary,
That's a good way to end up on the old Clinton suicide list there.
That's
real
fast.
real good way to end up there.
Yeah.
And
You know what that made me think of is in the movie Goodfellas, where they bring Joe Pesci in to be made.
Son of a...
Yeah. He thinks he's going to be made, opens the door, just gets whacked. That's exactly what would happen.
Yep.
You know what would not surprise me at all on this? They bring charges up against Bill and Hillary, and Hillary then ends up running for president again in 2028.
Also, it's kind of
That
wild.
would not surprise me.
That wouldn't surprise me. It is a little weird that the Clintons' lawyer was like, "Yeah, we'll give you Bill, but not Hillary."
Well, he can't run for president again.
Well, I just mean that means that
Well, you never know, because supposedly Trump's going to make it to where you can run for a third term. So now they're
Allegedly.
saying Bill and Obama might be ramping it back up again.
Oh, boy.
the boys are back in town. The first and second black presidents of the United States,
Yep.
Bill and Barack Obama.
Oh.
That's what they said.
I know. I forgot about that.
Yeah. In any case, though, yeah, it makes me wonder what Hillary knows. If they're trying to shield Hillary, their middle ground was we'll let Bill talk, but not Hillary. What does she have?
Exactly.
That's what freaks me out. Or do you think it might be just more a political thing?
I think it's more political.
Maybe. I could see that. That's reasonable. I could see that. What are your thoughts on all this, though? We want to know. Leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app or text us at 417-782-1310. KZRG News Time, 822.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
NATO Secretary General Rutte saying they had a very good sit-down with President Trump regarding Greenland. Rutte saying that he walked away from the conversation confident that the U.S. will not invade Greenland.
Number 2.
In the trial of a former Uvalde school police officer charged with 29 counts of child abandonment or endangerment tied to the Robb Elementary shooting, that officer found not guilty. The former Uvalde School's police chief now facing similar charges. His trial date has not yet been set.
Number 1.
Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt calling for the U.S. to get serious about expatriation. Hello. My mind just went blank on how to pronounce that.
Hey, you know what, Steve? I'll give you this, though. That was a phenomenal Biden impression.
Thank you. For the Manchurian generations, here I'll skip the word. There is concern of birth tourism, where more than 1 million kids are born on American soil but raised in China, who will become eligible to vote in U.S. elections by 2030.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What is your best winter weather preparedness advice? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page or leave us an open mic message. We'll play it live on air here for you. Coming up at 9, Chris Plant. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. They'll be here at 11. Sean Hannity at 2 and Mark Levin at 5. Coming up next is Kim Commando and a look at technology on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Our first significant snow on the way, starting Friday night into Saturday night, and perhaps even into Sunday. Today, sunny and near 50. Tomorrow, cloudy, breezy, 22. The snow starts Friday night and continues into Saturday night. As much as 3 to 8 inches of snowfall possible. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Suicide doesn't only affect veterans, it impacts families, friends, and entire communities. In Missouri, too many veterans are lost to suicide, but there is hope and there is help. If you or a veteran you love is struggling, call 988 and press 1 or text 838255 for the Veterans Crisis Line. Together, we can stay left of boom, safe, connected, and supported. Paid for by the Missouri Veterans Commission.
I say we set some goals together this year.
Ooh, I like it. Let's make some changes. Hey, let's travel. Let's save money. Let's lose 30 pounds.
Whoa, take it easy there. Let's start with 15 pounds. I want goals that we can actually accomplish.
I would like to feel more accomplished.
Agreed. I know what we'll do. We'll start with a call to Begaway.
Okay. And exactly how will that make me feel more accomplished?
Well, it helps make sure our home and business is protected from all the pests, including termites.
Hey, it's Doug and Rory. You can make sure you're protecting your biggest asset this year with a call to Bugaway Pest Control.
With our Pest Away plans, you can have regular year-round services with hassle-free scheduling.
And of course, it comes with Doug and Rory's pest-free guarantee. Make sure your home or business is protected this year. Get started on your Pest Away plan at bugawaypc.com.
We do exactly what we say. We keep the bugs away.
Customer satisfaction is our number one goal at Bugaway Pest Control.
Daniel, the phones are blowing up again, and this winter storm's got everyone's electricity acting wild.
How wild?
Good morning, everybody.
Cheryl.
I told them we could fix the flickering and install a generator so they never lose power again.
Chris, oh, here's one for you, Lucas. Chris said, I've always thought the best time to rob a bank is when POTUS is in town.
It's a good idea, too.
That's a great idea.
It's like the movie Shooter. POTUS is in town, give you a chance to assassinate the other guy.
Was that the plot? I gotta. Shooter is such a good movie. Like, as a kid, I remember watching that on loop. I don't remember the plot, though. I didn't realize that was it.
They hire
It's Marky Mark.
Marky Mark to basically stake out what a assassinator, like what a sniper would do, trying to assassinate the president, and they ended up using it to frame him when they really wanted to kill the guy that was there beside the president. Like
And
the
real
African
shooter was in the
leader or
van on the
whatever.
bridge,
Yeah,
which is genius because all the shells just go right into the car. The one thing that always drove me nuts about that movie, though, was the like suicide machine that they try to strap him in. Yeah, and I'm like, dude, if the whole goal is to make it look like authentic that he killed himself, brother, you have your DNA all over that dude. Like, you are touching so many more points of him to get him into that machine than you would if you just shot him and put the gun in his hand. Like
the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, that was so stupid. I was like, even as a kid, I was like, there's more evidence left behind here than if you just killed him.
It's awesome that he ended up, Wahlberg's character picked him off with a 22 with a water bottle on the end of it as a sniper or a silencer.
Yeah, that was pretty tight. It's a good movie, though, for sure.
You'll always be tech ahead. Sign up now.
Hi there, I'm Kim Commando. Tech isn't just a part of our lives anymore. It runs our lives. From the phone in your pocket to your bank account, your job, your car, your kids, even your home security. Everything's all connected. And the truth is, most people are just trying to keep up. That's why I created The Current. It's my free daily newsletter that gives you the most important tech stories, the ones that actually matter, delivered in plain English with no fluff and no politics. I cover AI, crypto, scams to avoid, gadgets worth knowing about, and how to protect your privacy in a digital world that just doesn't slow down. Almost 1 million smart people already get it, and it's rated 5 out of 5 stars on Google and Trustpilot. Every American needs to understand how tech is shaping their lives, and The Current helps you do just that every single morning. Sign up right now at getkim.com. My newsletter 100% free. That's getkim.com, and I'll see you in your inbox tomorrow.
Hey, Clay Travis here. Join me and Buck Sexton weekdays from 11 till 2 right here on News Talk KZRG. You can depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Just before 8:30, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
It's going to be cold today. We have a winter storm watch in effect for southwest Missouri starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, going until 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, or actually it's 12 noon for southwest Missouri. They did just up the winter storm watch in northeast Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas to a winter storm warning. It's in effect from noon tomorrow until 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. We also have the extreme cold weather warning that's in effect for southwest Missouri from midnight tomorrow night till noon on Saturday. For northeast Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas, that has been extended from midnight tomorrow night all the way until noon on Monday. High today, enjoy it while you can. It's going to be 50, near 50 for the high today, and we are expecting to have a lot of sunshine, although right now it looks like we got some clouds in the area. So right now, a mix of sun and clouds. Enjoy the nice warm weather while you can.
Coming up after the news, this might surprise you. More news coming your way on News Talk KZRG.
At 8:31, I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG. Mideast Peace Board signing.
As Ukraine's day one arrived,
Greenland deal in the works. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Winter storm watch, southwest Missouri, 6 p.m. Friday through noon on Sunday. Cold weather advisory, midnight Friday night for southwest Missouri through noon on Saturday. Heading for a high near 50 today with some sunshine. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 8:38. It's 30 in Neosho, 23 in Pittsburgh, 27 in Galena, 27 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG. President Trump is holding a signing ceremony for his proposed board of peace in Switzerland today. Trey Yinks has more.
Already nearly 20 countries have agreed to participate for 3 years. Now, if they decide to extend, they can pledge $1 billion each toward this initiative. The countries can then become permanent members, according to a draft of the charter. Some of the participants, like the UAE, Bahrain, and Morocco, have already normalized ties with Israel through the Abraham Accords, making them obvious choices. Others, like Pakistan and Belarus, are new to the arena. After ending the war in Gaza by reaching a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, the president is now looking at stabilizing the region and even indicated that the board could have responsibilities well beyond Gaza.
there's just one more thing to be solved before peace is achieved in Ukraine.
Steve Witkoff heads to Moscow today after hailing progress in peace talks. He's described the issue of territory as the 800-pound elephant in the room.
I think we've got it down to one issue.
and we have discussed iterations of that issue, and that means it's solvable.
President Trump's special envoy speaking at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. The United States has held talks with Russia and separately with Kyiv and European leaders on various different drafts of a plan for ending the war in Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, meanwhile, is on his way to Switzerland for talks with President Trump. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
A potential deal emerging to de-escalate tensions between the U.S. and NATO allies over Greenland.
President Trump is backing off tariff threats, announcing instead a framework for a future deal over Greenland.
Gets everything we wanted, including especially real national security.
On the margins of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, President Trump sat down with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte about a U.S. takeover of the Danish territory in the Arctic.
You know, when I see what's happening with Greenland, I wonder, because I want Greenland for security. I don't want it for anything else.
The president says Denmark is unable to defend Greenland and questioned NATO's commitment to Arctic security. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
25 at 8:34. News Talk KZRG.
In Jeff City, an effort is underway to improve pharmacies in the Show Me State.
On Wednesday, Missouri State Senator Jill Carter of Granby introduced a bill designed to protect both patients and pharmacies by promoting fairness, transparency, and choice in Missouri's healthcare system. Senate Bill 984 strengthens protections for pharmacies and patients. The bill requires 14 days notice for audits, limits reviews to 25 prescriptions, allows pharmacies 30 days to correct errors, and bans audits during the first 5 business days of every month. You can read more about it online at newstalkkzrg.com. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
Calling all artists, Watercolor USA is a prestigious national competitive exhibition celebrating excellence in water media painting. Now in its second year at Spiva Center for the Arts in Joplin, entries are now welcome. Marketing and impact strategist for the Spiva Center for the Arts, Paige Mock, told News Talk KZRG.
And the call for entries are open now, so we're really excited to see all the work come in. People can submit work on Cafe platform through February 16th at midnight.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. 25. It's now 8:35. News Talk KZRG.
Missouri's U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt says he supports President Trump's efforts to annex Greenland.
What I'm talking about is acquiring Greenland. And this is nothing new. Harry Truman wanted to do this. It's been talked about for the last 150 years in our nation's history. Territorial expansion is sort of part of what we did. We're sitting here in Jefferson City, a town dedicated to Thomas Jefferson and the westward expansion.
Schmidt says NATO needs to get serious on the national security threat that exists if the U.S. does not acquire Greenland.
Meteorologists warning of exploding trees during the upcoming cold snap forecast for much of the nation.
The meteorologists say this is actually possible in sub-zero weather expected in the Midwest and Northern Plains. Trees could actually split and burst. This as a bitter Arctic blast moves its way south from Canada. Sap in trees contain water. Scientists say, think of what happens to a pipe when the water inside it freezes and how it could burst. And that's exactly what happens with the trees. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In NBA action, the Thunder beat the Bucks 122-102. SGA had 40 points and 11 assists. In NCAA men's top 25 action, number 19 Kansas beat Colorado 75-69. In prep basketball, the Thomas Jefferson girls beat Northeast Vernon County 48-43 in the Tony Dubray Classic semifinals. Anna Hybrid had 17 points. In action tonight, the Joplin boys are taking on Webster Grove at the Bill Hanson Memorial. The Carthage boys are taking on East Central JV in the Catoosa Port City Classic. The Carl Junction boys are at Springfield Catholic. The Thomas Jefferson boys are taking on Northeast in the Tony Dubray Classic. The CJ girls are taking on Webster Groves in the Bill Hanson Memorial. The Carthage girls are taking on Tahlequah in the Catoosa Port City Classic, and the Webb City girls are hosting Forsyth. That's your Crossland Construction Sports Report. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG.
Your news, a service of Galena Liberty Pawn. Sell your unwanted gold and silver directly to the refiner for top dollar. They also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena Liberty Pawn, 708 South Main in Galena, Kansas. I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Next news, 9 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Our first significant snow on the way, starting Friday night into Saturday night, and perhaps even into Sunday. Today, sunny and near 50. Tomorrow, cloudy, breezy, 22. The snow starts Friday night and continues into Saturday night. As much as 3 to 8 inches of snowfall possible. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Nothing showing up precipitation-wise this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 30 in Neosho, 23 in Pittsburgh, 27 in Baxter Springs, 27 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time now, 8:39.
We buy guns, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes. We are the best, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes.
This is Liberty.
Good morning, everybody. Rick said, interesting that it takes news about an ice storm to push ice stories off the lead. Bit of irony there. That's pretty funny, Rick.
That is.
Well played, sir. I saw another one, earlier. That reminded me. Doc said leftover proteins in your blood from COVID, killing pets with your car engine, and now exploding trees. Have they and the media run out of things to scare us with? Clearly not, Doc. Clearly we're inventing new things like exploding trees to continue to try and scare you. No, jokes aside, that's not our goal. Our goal isn't to try and scare you. More than anything, the tree thing was just kind of interesting. I thought that was an interesting little factoid.
And that's why I really want to make sure I'm doing everything I can to keep them healthy and happy.
At Pinnacle Vet Clinic in Neosho, grooming is more than a beauty routine. It's an important part of keeping your pet healthy, inside and out. Regular grooming helps maintain healthy skin and coat, keeps ears clean and nails neatly trimmed.
Are you guys getting prepped up for winter? Getting some provisions?
Have you stocked up on Frito-Lay products, Rick?
Yeah. How could that possibly be profitable for Frito-Lay? 3 for 1. How could that possibly? Name that movie.
I don't know the movie.
It's Jesse Plemons, one of the best delivered lines of all time. How could that possibly be profitable for Frito-Lay?
When you want the best for your pets, go to Pinnacle Vet Clinic on Hammer Road in Neosho. Burner was recently ranked
It's from the hit comedy Game Night,
which you're not invited to.
Year 2025. Now that is a recognition earned by solving real problems for real people. Their mission is simple: designed to stop, not kill, non-lethal force. BYRNA.com. Burner creates launchers for everyone in the family. The newest burner, compact, is small enough to fit in a pocket or a purse.
Yeah, tomorrow, and for our friends on Facebook Live, get a little peek behind the curtain here. Tomorrow is going to be a very light day for you and Lucas. We have 6:10. We'll have a segment. And then we have your pre-recorded interview at 6:40. Congressman Burleson at 7:10. We have Maddie with legislation at 7:40. We have the Lieutenant Governor at 8:10. And then we have the weekday wrap-up at 8:40. Your show prep tonight, my good sir, is going to be very short.
Yeah. That's burner.com.
My show prep will be not short at all.
Center is here to help you stay there. The Independent Living Center's agency-directed services offer compassionate support for those individuals who require assistance in their homes, empowering them to live comfortably and confidently.
Yeah, tomorrow a lot of interviews.
Rick, I bought 5 gallons of milk and an entire tray of bread. I should be good until Tuesday.
Rick's just sitting. I'm imagining you and your lazy boy, no shirt on, just guzzling milk and eating just raw bread. Just go, 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 go.
I was enjoying some Frito-Lay scoops yesterday afternoon.
Some scoops, you say?
Those were good. Corn chips.
I cannot own chips. If I have chips in my house, I will eat all of them. So I literally do not buy them. My house is nothing but healthy food. Well, for the most part. I do have I found these chocolate. They're like these chocolate cluster balls that are keto friendly. Keto chocolate cluster balls, so they're relatively healthy. Yeah, they're really good. That's the only like junk food I have in my house. Oh, and I have popcorn because when I watch movies, I like to make popcorn.
Oh yeah, popcorn's great.
Yeah, but that's it.
At most, get to AFC Urgent Care just behind Starbucks at 4th and Rangeline in Joplin. AFC Urgent Care, the right care right now.
News, talk, commentary, and hard truths. All those can be heard when you tune into the Mark Levin Show every weekday from 5 to 8 on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. Steve Scott along with Ted Bojorquez. We have a winter storm watch in effect for southwest Missouri from 6 o'clock tomorrow night until 12 noon on Sunday. And then we have a cold weather advisory in effect for southwest Missouri from midnight tomorrow night until 12 noon on Saturday. Now, it gets a little bit different if you go over to northeast Oklahoma. They have an extreme cold watch in effect from tomorrow night at midnight until Monday at noon for that extreme cold watch. They also have a winter storm warning. It's been upgraded now to a winter storm warning in northeast Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas. That starts at noon tomorrow, goes until 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. For southwest Missouri, it's going to be sunny with a high near 50 today. Wind chill values as low as 18. Partly cloudy tonight, low down to around 20. Wind chills as low as 12. Winds out of the northeast, gusting as high as 29 miles per hour, bringing in that cold front. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, steady temperatures in the low 20s. Northeast winds, gusting as high as 31 miles per hour. Friday night, a 90% chance of snow. Overnight low down to around 7. Wind chills as low as 8 below zero. Northeast winds gusting as high as 25 miles per hour. Saturday, a 90% chance of snow in southwest Missouri. High near 14. Winds gusting out of the northeast at up to 23 miles per hour. Saturday night, 80% chance of even more snow. Overnight low down to around 5 above. Sunday, mostly cloudy and cold with a high of 16. Sunday night, actual temperature going to be below zero. Partly cloudy with the overnight low of 6 below zero.
Boo. 6 below zero. Boo.
6 below zero.
Oh, my
Up to
God.
26 on Monday. 13 for the low on Monday night. 37. We're going to be above freezing for at least a few minutes on Tuesday. And Wednesday should be up to around 35. So not much melting going on over the next few days. But again, keep it in mind, it's already turned into a winter storm warning for northeast Oklahoma, so I would say we're not too far behind in that happening for us.
Yeah, 8:45 is the KZRG news time, and this is a big one. I mean, this is one that is not just affecting the Forest States area, but reportedly this little snowstorm, this little Arctic blast here, is expected to impact more than 175 million Americans and span across more than 35 states. Wow. That's literally a third of the country.
That's right. Actually, it's more than a third. 35 states, it's almost two-thirds of the country.
I know. I'm thinking population, though.
Oh,
we have about 365 million people,
right.
175 million. So it's going to impact about a third of the country in terms of population. But in terms of stateness, yeah, about two-thirds. So, yeah, this is a big deal. We are going to be keeping a close eye on it for you. Stay tuned to FM 102.9, 105.9 AM 1310 News Talk KZRG for updates. Get the Zimmer Storm Center app. Have it on your phone. Turn those emergency weather alert notifications on, and you'll be completely armed with all the information that you need to have to stay safe. Speaking of arming you with some information that you might want, there are plans to make improvements to Route 96, and you are invited to an open house session today that is keeping you in the know of what's going on, and you can actually provide your own feedback and notes. So basically what they're doing is they're going to be Starting this summer is the scheduled time. Crews will be making pavement and traffic flow along with sidewalk improvements along Route 96, which is Central Avenue in Carthage, by the way. You might know it better as Central Avenue in Carthage. And they're going to be moving all the way through, to Garrison Avenue portion, and they're going to be kicking along here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Route 96, I mean, that's sort of heading out towards Springfield. It's just east of Carthage.
Yeah, 96 runs all the way to Halltown. That's where it joins I-44 at that junction.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be honest with you, I've driven that many a time, and it does definitely need some improvements.
Yeah. So in-person meeting happening today from 4:30 to 6. That in the afternoon at the Carthage Water and Electric Plant Community Room, which is at 627 West Centennial Avenue. So just a little heads up for you if you want to check it out. Totally free to attend. Shifting gears here, here's kind of a goofy story. Some alcohol news.
Alcohol news?
Alcohol news. We rarely have that, and yet here we are, huh? Brave new world.
We don't have very many alcohol stories.
No, not typically, but today is one of those days. In the alcohol news realm, Steve Scott got absolutely blasted, stripped down to his boxers, and started running around Carl Junction.
I was wearing boxers? I didn't know that.
Whoa, were you not? My God.
Well, I could have been commando.
Oh, boy. Oh, now we're getting to some imagery that I do not want to toil with.
You asked for it.
Listen, here's the real news. Alcohol giants, the Stolly Group USA LLC and Kentucky Owl LLC are, no pun intended, liquidating their inventory.
They're already liquid.
That's what.
You mean getting rid of?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh. This after they were struggling to reorganize their business under Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Here's why this might matter. Their alcohol is going to be cheap for a little while.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, basically, their creditors no longer believe that the companies can actually fix their financial situation at all, which means they're now going to be shifting into Chapter 7. Now, basically, if you don't know, and I didn't know this either, I had to look into it, what the difference is. Basically, under Chapter 11 bankruptcy, there's reorganization structure models that are involved. Creditors get involved, things of that nature. Then, if that doesn't work, they shift to Chapter 7, which means they need to start selling off all their assets and paying off their debts. They got to actually start making people whole. Now, these two groups are best known for their vodka and their premium bourbon, which apparently has won industry accolades. But apparently...
Didn't help them.
What?
Didn't help them with their finances.
Yeah.
Yet.
You could take that award-winning bourbon to the bank, buddy. See how that does you. But in any case, yeah, they apparently were struggling with the rising cost of goods and labor, but mostly, from my understanding, food and wheat and barley prices, things of that nature, potatoes. I think that's what vodka is made out of. So, in any case, they're going under. So check them out, Kentucky Owl and Stolly Group. Check out what alcohol they have, because you can probably get it for pretty darn cheap, because they're basically going to be doing, I don't know if this is the proper term to use, but it's basically going to be like a fire sale. Like, just everything must go.
Now, Ted, could you help them get out of bankruptcy?
Listen, I've done my fair share of consuming their product to help keep their head above water. Grassroots movement, me and my buddies, we got together out of the kindness of our hearts and drank all the bourbon and vodka we could over the last 8 months. And we were just so close to helping them get out of bankruptcy, but we couldn't turn the trick.
We need a different Ted disclaimer. That would have been perfect to be played right there.
KZRG News Time, 8:51.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
NATO Secretary General Root said they had a very good sit-down with President Trump regarding Greenland. Root saying he walked away from the conversation confident that the U.S. will not invade Greenland.
Number 2.
In the trial of a former Uvalde school police officer charged with 29 counts of child abandonment or endangerment tied to the Robb Elementary shooting, the officer found not guilty. Now, the former Uvalde Schools police chief facing similar charges. His trial date not yet set.
Number 1.
Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt calling for the U.S. to get serious about exportation for the Manchurian generation. There is concern of birth tourism, where more than 1 million kids are born on American soil, but raised in China. And who will become eligible for voting in U.S. elections by 2030? Who knew?
There's a lot of tough words in there, Steve. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
Arctic blast. We're all trying to get ready for it, trying to prepare for it. What is the best winter weather preparedness advice you have that you would like to bestow upon the 4 states? Help us out. Help us be prepared. Share your wisdom that has been rightfully earned, no doubt. What is your best winter weather preparedness advice? Coming up, Chris Plant in less than 10 minutes. On News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Our first significant snow on the way starting Friday night into Saturday.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it.